Mhm. Hello, good evening. It's 3 p.m. It's 3:38 p.m. What am I saying? Good evening. Propane tank, propane and propane accessories. Well, yeah, hello, Titanium Sword. How's it going? How was your sleep? I don't know why I had to sleep. I had to add a at the end. Sounds cooler, I guess. Cooler. Cooperative mode. Oh, so you can play with other people. Okay. I don't want to play with other people. DLCs and mods. I mean, I'm gonna buy this because I feel by the point. Mod Javelin. I feel by the point I'm gonna be done with this, I won't need the second. Brain. I won't need this second. Jesus, more hydration. You're really spending all your points on this, aren't you? Well, thank you. More Pepsi slop. Maximal Geschmack, zero Zucker. Oh, maximum flavor, zero sugar. Johnny, yes, Papa. Eating sugar? No, Papa. I will not eat sugars because I know sugars are bad for your health if consumed in too high amounts. Every point I spend is more time. Every point I spend is more time I have to be here before I can redeem that one. Yeah, I'm gonna, yeah. It's like a Damocles sword or whatever. It's like at one point, you're going to redeem it. And I'm just going to be like, Oi. Oi. Bioshock Infinite is, yeah. Well, Captain, the command of the Heracles Rim reports that the outpost is keeping a vigilant eye over the vicinity of the capital world. No enemy ships or unauthorized vessels have been detected. Yay. Good job. Oh, more mobile extractums. Yep. Zarkov. It's already doing stuff. Oi. Administratum. Let's go to the Administratum first. Oh, I need to go there with Solomorn. Yeah, okay, Solomorn, just force yourself into my party. I really like it when someone just forces themselves into my party. Yep, I really do. I really do.
Reports, the bane of an arbitrator's existence. At the end of every mission, I'm at the mercy of paperwork.
No heresy, no doing my part. The archetype is character stronger together. All allies. Yeah, sure. Yeah, this one, I guess. Yeah, I still, I don't really use those. I lay claim to the stars. When will they admit a new group? Greetings, Lord Captain. Arbitrator. Code RT92-92. Greetings, Rogue Trader. Hello. The towering piles of papers and endless shells heaving with ledges evoke special reverence for the laws of the God Emperor in the hearts of the servants of the Adeptus Administratum. What is this here? Petition number 36-Sugma/64. Through the efforts of the Adeptus Arbites at my family estate, 12 criminals among the members of my family were terminated. The proctor in charge of the purge decreed that the bodies be left lying at the scene of the crime for further investigation. 40 planetary cycles have passed since. The heavy odor and vermin resulting from keeping dead bodies without the ability to transport them ceased to be of concern to me after the first 2 cycles. However, the mummified remains of the criminals prevent my estate from properly functioning at this time. I humbly request that another officer be assigned to oversee the investigation and that it be informed of the necessity in progressing the investigation in my home. Resolution: petition rejected in accordance with Protocol UP-18545. Basis: the assignment of the head investigator is regulated by Protocol UCH-9389. Note: a fine is to be imposed on the petitioner for failing to preserve the evidence. You didn't preserve it? Yeah. You left them lying there, it's on you. Authorize the study of the special category item Thessertia, Natural Psy-Focus. There is a note in the margin that has been underlined twice. Evaluation required. Calculate value. Report: capture of the void ship Heartless. Boarded the Heartless as part of a unit led by S. Onthar. Neutralize the target Sargona. The captured vessel was assigned to a trade route. A note in the impeccable handwriting reads: conduct an inspection. Report: Rickad Minoris. Arrived on Rickad Minoris. During the evacuation, took S. Anthar aboard the flagship. The world is to be considered null and void. A side note reads: damage assessment. Time for calculation. Urgent. Damn, always a tie through calculations. Sacred Scroll. There are 1005 admonitions of Master of the Inventory of Avaculus to the Adepts of the Administratum. The shriveled insect-like old woman greets you with a keen look. Welcome back to the Temple of Law and Order, your lordship. I have already been informed that you are here about Thessera. Prefect Voltor nods to herself and snaps her brittle fingers, prompting a servo skull to flit closer, the creaking of its quill filling the air. Begin entry 54/4-alpha. In the manner of the world Thessera and its obligation to pay the imperial tithe, this audience with the prefect of the Adeptus Administratum is now in session. Now then, what were your findings, Mariusz von Valancius? Essentially, will give you an account of it. Solomon tells the prefect everything. Heretic had seized of Thessera, had him executed. Thessera problems have been dealt with. If any particulars, go and see for yourself. Oh, Solomon. I'll let you talk. I'm afraid I cannot accept another person's report. Her shriveled fingers nimbly extract a piece of parchment from her stack of papers. It is covered in minuscule writing. According to Coroner's Expanse Statute 19/A-11, any decision pertaining to matters of the type can solely be answered for by the person that directly made said decision. A report made by any other person shall be deemed legally null and void. The prefect puts the document back in its place. As you can see, there is a sacred stipulation that you submit your report in person and that I accept it from no one else. This is Heretic gets his power and Thessera had him executed. I see. The old woman looks at you intently over her ocular lenses. This is regrettable news. Even if your action was forced by circumstance, the loss of the governor means the loss of a very stability that any servant of the administratum is immutably obligated to uphold and protect. Well, let us get to the record then. The prefect turns to a servo skull. Rogue trader Mariusz von Valancius effected the execution of the governor of Thessera appointed by the Adeptus Administratum. Preliminary damage assessment and restoration forecast of the world's key structures, Class A, severe, noted and recorded. Thessera's problem have been dealt with. If any particulars, go and see for yourself. The prefect grimaces. I can't quite... Well, my TV is telling me that it's about to turn off. The prefect grimaces. I can quite confidently deem that outcome to be adverse to the interests of the Imperium. Alas, your lordship, I am duty-bound to deliver an exact and impartial assessment of the events. Rotator Mariusz von Valancius authorized the study of a presumably warp-corrupted material located on the world Thessera. Due to the danger to the plant resulting from this decision, tithe shipments from Thessera can no longer be considered safe and are to be halted until further notice. Noted and recorded. The prefect chews on her lip in thought. I will be frank with you, your lordship. The conclusions that were drawn regarding the Thasma inspection were far from satisfactory. Minor disturbances such as a mass execution of mutants or the rebels' plot disguised as a celebration are not nearly as dangerous as the, if you will permit my choice of words, coup that resulted from your intervention. I understand the consequences are something that those endowed with power won't leave to their servants to deal with, and therefore something they find acceptable to ignore. Scribia's ocular lenses flash as she looks up from her scrolls. However, I hope my words may help you to revise your approach to executing the Imperiums as well the Coronis expands in future. With a tap of her nail, she dismisses the servo skull. How did you obtain such detailed information about the events of Thessera? The Adeptus Administratum, I'm not surprised about that. I took care of a problematic world of yours, and you're twisting the facts regarding my efforts. One way or another, we can consider my Thessera. Yeah, this one, like, I took care of it, now you're twisting it? The prefect's ocular lenses flash as she replies in an offended tone. I, his lowly and unworthy servant, have no right to twist any facts. My duty is to assess consequences and do everything I can to make sure the Imperium receives what it is owed. That is the purpose of my existence. Suddenly, the old woman's voice becomes less stern and almost didactic. Speaking from my wealth of experience, if I do say so myself, taking care of the Imperium's prosperity is a heavy burden, albeit an honorable one. The fact that even a rogue trader can run into difficulties while doing it only further confirms my many years of observations. How did you obtain that information? Duty dictates that Adeptus Administratum officials always be adequately informed. Otherwise, our service to the Imperium's order would be rather a questionable use. Unfortunately, it is for the same reason that I cannot disclose my sources to you. Yeah, we just know, bro. We just know what you did. One way or another, we can consider the matter of Thessera closed. Am I correct? Closed and recorded. Yes. The old woman smacks her lips in satisfaction. However, that was just the first item on the agenda. Now, on to the next matter. The prefect beckons over another server skull, which obediently takes its place at her side. Begin entry 52/1-Sigma. Competency assessment of Proctor Solomon Anthor based on his performance during the mission on the world Thessera. You hear a painful metallic crack as Solomon's augmented hand clenches into a fist. Competency assessment? Very well, Prefect. I'm listening. It gives you the right to evaluate Solomon. So as to avoid misunderstanding, allow me to clarify that I'm not making any judgment, but rather gathering information at Marshal Strax's request. The prefect turns to Solomon. Proctor Anthor, you will be evaluating your own conduct in this instance. For my part, I will merely state a few key points. Let us begin. How would you describe your performance, taking into account the following facts? Volter produces a parchment scroll. You took part in the execution of an administratum appointed without this appropriate permission. You also allowed yourself to be captured, thus endangering your mission and imperiling the valuable equipment issued to you by the Adeptus Arbites. What is more, you sanctioned a tithe-related decision that carries adverse consequences to the Imperium. The old woman pauses. That is all. Proceed to your self-evaluation. Solomon's heavy gaze is fixed upon the prefect as he slowly forces the first word out of his jaws, as if they have turned to stone. I took every effort and was acting solely in the name of the Lex Imperialis. However, the outcome of the mission speaks for itself. My verdict is thus that my performance in the Thessera case was inadequate. Noted and recorded. The prefect's immaculately polished ocular lenses bore into you once more. Now that the Thessera inspection report has been properly entered into the record, allow me, on behalf of the Adeptus Administratum, to officially extend our gratitude to you for the support you provided to us. May the name von Valancius' name be forever praised, and may the Emperor protect your dynasty for many generations to come. That said, I must now request your assistance in a different capacity. A number of highly important court cases have accumulated at the Palace of Justice, the kind that require formal resolutions by the rogue trader himself. Are you not being a little harsh on yourself, Solomon? Exactly as harsh as my duty demands it, but I be. An arbitrator has no right to mistakes or weaknesses. Our mission is much too important. The proctor's voice sounds firm but detached, as if his mind is wandering far away. You're biased against Solomon. To which part of the assessment would you impute bias? Everything in it is based solely on facts, and Proctor Anthor himself presented the conclusion. Regardless, my final judgment will be passed by Marshal Strax. What is the Palace of Justice?
It is a temple of the law erected by your ancestors. Some cases could only be settled by heads of the dynasty, but since their time was occupied by other important duties, a facility was built for storing especially complex cases. At a certain point, servants of the administrator were permitted to use the Palace of Justice for hearing disputes. Then, in Lady Theodora's time, the arbites became part of the legal procedure as well.
How will the trial proceed?
The defendants will speak first, whereupon you can ask me clarifying questions on the case, and then,
The old woman gives you a meaningful look over her ocular lenses.
a death sentence must be passed. You are, of course, free to judge otherwise, but an execution is preferable, since in every case that will come before you, an outcome without highly unpleasant consequences is unlikely. Executions reduce the number of malcontents and motivate protective defendants to solve their problems before they come under the purview of the rogue traders' court.
We can cut it over quickly, as important as this case made personal business even was, so one of the Rocktail's many duties is to mete out justice. I agree.
I have relegated my current tasks in advance, and thus am ready to escort you to the Palace of Justice immediately. Please, follow me.
Yay, jury duty. I've heard many things about jury duty, and it doesn't sound very fun. It sounds, yeah, I often hear that people are just kind of trying to avoid jury duty because it's just that unfun and not very good. But that's a US thing. I wouldn't know about that here in the great Europe. I am merely how do some people call it, a Europoor? You agree to by an impeccably dressed man with a perfectly straight back. An RBT scale emblem is embroidered on his clothes.
Great House of Valancius, we are honored to welcome you to the Palace of Justice, your lordship. Do you wish to proceed to the session at once, or will you grace me with any questions I might humbly answer?
What is this place?
This is the Palace of Justice, the 9th resident of House of Valancius, erected by your esteemed ancestor Boniface from Valancius, and handed over by Theodora from Valancius, ever may she bask in the throne's radiance, to the Adeptus Arbites and the Administratum for judiciary use. Cases of special interest are heard at this palace. Sentences are carried out here also.
Are there any other such institutions elsewhere in my protectorate?
No, your lordship. As is the case with the rest of the Imperium, worlds make do with the traditional method. The accused are not allowed to say a word, and executions are carried out as ordered by planetary authorities or by powerful organizations in the Imperium. Only here on the Orgonis does such an unusual ceremony exist. Boniface von Valancius was known for his eccentricities. It is said that he invented his system himself and started his glorious tradition in which you are to take part today.
What kinds of cases are usually heard here?
Only the most important ones that involve the interests of the highest-born persons and prominent factions of the Imperium. Disputes between noble houses that go on for generations. Conflicts between the God Emperor's servants who are vested with authority and whose disagreements affect trade and security in the Protectorate. The other litigations of supreme significance. The cases litigated at the Palace of Justice quite literally concern matters of life and death. In such instances, there is always a guilty party who lies, connivances, or negligence have caused damage to the Protectorate. The task of the judge is to establish guilt and pass a stern sentence, as order cannot be imposed without these or without summary executions.
Let's begin then.
Please follow me.
In Scribia Vulture's dreary, vox-amplified voice carries across the... I can't read today.
The court will now hear case DP-1453/2, the doleful host against the astropathic choir of Dargonus. Representatives for the parties will present their arguments following standard procedure.
A woman with lines of scripture all over her skin folds her arms into an aquila. My name is Sister Juve, and I represent the doleful host. Oh, God Emperor's anointed one, we came upon a group of heretics whose minds brimmed with the most shameless thoughts. We captured them and tortured them as befits their transgressions. From what we were able to discern from their wailing and screaming, the head of the astropathic choir is plotting to betray House von Valancius. No one is a liar when flame is caressing their flesh. The doleful host surrounded the choir building and demanded that the heretic be handed over. It was solely out of respect for the anointed one that we refrained from burning down the wayward heretic's den on the spot. However, but say the word, and we shall take him, and that he may undergo a righteous cleansing. One second. I got massage on. the phone, and when I get massage on the phone is always importante. Well, usually important. Unless it's an email, then it's not that importante. Alright. The arguments are acknowledged and shall be weighed on the scales of justice. The representative will retreat to the chapel of patience to await the verdict. The gaunt man dressed in Astropath's robes is standing tall, but his voice trembles with fury. I am Master Angelio. I present the Dargonus as the Prophet Choir. These insidious and ignorant people are passing off their victims as ravings as truth. Your Lordship, people will say anything on the torture just to make the agony stop. We have served House of Valencias faithfully for decades. Master Press, the longest of all. Please, order them to stand down. Okay, so far you haven't disproven what the other party's saying. You just said, okay, well, we've been with you for a while. They're lying, bruh. The master of the court repeats the same monotonous formula, bidding the other representative leave the courtroom. I would like to hear out the parties.
Again? I'm afraid they have already said what they had to say and are humbly awaiting their fate. Whatever questions you have, you may pose to me.
Already putting things on the scales.
The scales of justice are a sacred relic installed as a testament to the alliance between the Von Valencias dynasty on one side and the Adeptus Arbites and Administratum on the other. Legends say ancient machine spirits dwell within the relic. The scales of justice are only used on extraordinary occasions when an intervention from the rogue trader is necessary. Ceremony dictates that items symbolizing the parties' arguments be placed on the scales, and once the verdict is announced, the machine spirits weigh the decisions made and show either affirmation or rejection through the position of the scales. However, there has never been an occurrence where the rogue trader and the spirits of the scale were divided on the verdict.
It is highly unlikely that such an artifact actually exists. Judging by the design of the device, it is nothing more than a set of regular, albeit enormous and masterfully crafted weight scales devoid of machine spirits of any kind. Someone must be secretly manipulating the plates in order to add greater profoundness to the rogue trader's verdict. Give me details about the parties to this conflict. I want to see who among them is trustworthy. As the prefect leans forward toward you, you get a whiff of ink and candle wax.
The Dolful House is a respected cult of the God Emperor. Your Adeptus Ministorum has deemed them to be paragons of virtue who combat every manner of heresies and has enlisted their aid in various conflicts. Naturally, the Ecclesia stops short of counting them among its warriors, but uses them in very similar ways. The Astropathic Choir hardly needs an introduction. They are some of the most valuable servants of the Imperium, without whom any and all communication between your worlds would collapse. The Dargonus Choir took horrific casualties in the recent major warp storm. Master Brass made an enormous effort to at least partially restore communication. While we may not have proof of his innocence, Brass's dedication to his duty is beyond doubt.
The old woman locks her shriveled fingers together.
As you can see, this is an intricate situation.
You have no way of knowing what the correct decision should be. This does look like a complicated case. Yeah. Make this quick. Also, a ship's core master, the Master Press of the Dargonus has been known to engage in any compromising behavior.
At once, Lord Captain.
The Palace of Justice falls silent for several minutes until Victus's voice returns.
Quartermaster Weiss has known Master Press for quite a long time. He has made a very measured statement to the effect that for some time now the mental images conveyed by Press have taken on a shade of profound anxiety and have become more aloof and detached overall. Zachary Weiss attributes this to Press's horrific experience during the warp storm, but he is less than completely sure, as there is still something that sets the Dargonus Quartermaster message apart from that from his fellow survivors. I want to hear my retinue's opinions. Lord Captain, without the Choir Master, the power of Dargonus' Astropaths would be significantly diminished. Unless a worthy replacement is found for Master Press, he cannot be executed.
The Seneschal frowns.
There is a quarter world that owes us an old debt which can be repaid with a seasoned Astropath. We can make the request, although it would leave the planet in question with barely any means of communication. Both parties have shown disrespect for the Imperium's authority. The lawful host is engaging in mob justice, and the defendant did not even deign to stand trial in person. Sentence them both to death. That would be the optimal outcome.
Solomon, is it not a bit excessive to execute both parties?
No. Such verdict will remind your subjects that only the rogue trader has the right to administer justice. Besides, if you take the host's side, it will inspire new self-proclaimed executioners, and if you absolve the Astropath and he turns out to have been guilty after all, other heretics will feel safe to act with impunity. That is why I advise you to be stern. The Lex is on your side.
The situation is complex and requires further investigation. The prefect's dry fingers pressed down on the runes on her data slate.
As I thought. I deeply regret to inform you that you said further investigation is impossible. The hostess fighters are already breaking down doors of the choir. Delaying the decision would lead to uncontrollable consequences.
Fine. I have made a decision.
As you wish, your lordship. Who is to face the death penalty?
So, Vice says that the press has survived a so hold on. So if I remember correctly, press is supposedly a heretic, and the one party did mob justice, like essentially just like surrounded one of the buildings and it was like, hey, give us the guy, and the guys were like, no. Now Vice says that Press, the guy who supposedly is the heretic, was in the warp storm, and he has been a bit iffy recently. The thing also is the press party did not really give me any reasons to believe that, you know, the guy is innocent. For all intents and purposes, all I heard was just,
Yeah, like, we're on your side. Why are you doing this?
so, I mean, I dare press guilty, escorting him for his execution. I hereby declare the quorum of our charge insisted youth to be executed. Execute press. I get 2 efficiency. Agree with Solomon. Both parties in this case are guilty. Execute them. 2 security. There will be no execution. I lose 4 security and efficiency. Oi. Oi. The core massive power of the Governor's astropaths will be significantly diminished. As a way of replacement for mass space can be executed. There is a quarter war that owes an old debt which can be repaid with a seasoned astropath. We can make the request, or they would leave the plan in question with barely any means of communication. I mean, what if the guy actually is a, and what if the guy actually is a, what's it called, a heretic? What did, Cormac was in press for quite a long time. He's made a very measured statement to effect for some time. The mental images conveyed by press have taken on a shade of profound anxiety and have become more aloof and detached overall. The Wise attributes this to press's horrific experience during the warp storm, but he's less than completely sure as there's still something that says Argon's core mass measure apart from those of his fellow survivors. I mean, for security and for efficiency, like, that is massive. Oh, that is a lot. Oof. Wasn't there a thing here where I did a correct check? As an Helen present Argonis per qualities and cities of ignorant people passing off the victims and saving this truth, Lord Rulership, people will say anything on the torture just to make the agony stop. We have served, causing events as faithfully for decades and as oppressed long as the fall. Please order them to stand down. So my name is Sister June, I represent the doleful host. O God Emperor, the Anointed One, we came upon a group of heretics who've mind burned with the most shameless thoughts. We captured them and tortured them as befits their transgressions. From what we were able to discern from their wailing and screaming, the head of the Asteroid requires plotting to betray House of Valentius. No one is a liar when flame is caressing their flesh. The doleful host surrounded the choir building and demanded that the heretic be handed over. It was solely out of respect for the Anointed One to refrain from burning down the wayward heretic then on the spot. I've never known what the correct decision should be. This does look like a complicated case. Give me a few details about the parties in conflict. So, the Opal Hoser represents the god of an emperor. The Adeptus Ministorum has deemed the paragons of virtue combat every man of heresies and has listed their aid in various conflicts. Naturally, the ecclesiary stops short of counting them among its warriors, but used in very similar ways. Not needs any introduction. They are some of the most valuable servants of the Imperium. Without any human communication between you would collapse. The Dragonid Choir took horrific casualties in a recent major storm. Master Price made an enormous effort to at least partially restore communication. This is probably gonna be a very bad thing. I have a feel like Press did so much, but he was in a with mob violence. I cleared a choir master of all charges.
The rogue trader has passed his verdict. Sister Juve is hereby sentenced to death for making an attempt on the life of the head of the Astropathic Choir. The rogue trader has made his decision. Arbitrators, carry it out.
Good fucking Lord in heaven. That's a heavy, heavy flamer. The briefing proceeds matter-of-factly to the next scroll.
The court will now hear petition CR-1547-33, restated. The petitioner is Cardinal Anvelas. Your arguments, please, Cardinal.
A grunt man raises his bloodshot eyes at you. For a moment, all sounds cease, even the scratching of the countless servo skulls as quills. The man's gaze is full of a pain so strong and undiluted that your breath seizes in your throat.
I am impure, O Empress, as anointed one. I am beset by impure thoughts, but no one believes my confessions. I have been giving away the treasures I possess, only for people to bring me more. Worse still is the knowledge that I am leading people astray. They look at me and believe a state of perfect grace is attainable. Why? I am very tired.
Like Pujan. Why are you insulting Pujan like this? Why are you insulting Pujan like this, Farpath? Also, hello, Farpath. Good. In your case, probably morning, right? Good morning, good day. How's the Avatar game been? I've been kind of eagerly expecting your review on that, to know like what you are thinking of that game, because you were looking forward to it. And I know I saw like a clip of I think Sokka getting kissed by Yuki or something, and because of that he was able to dodge a super or something and then beat the enemy. The Cardinal blinks away a tear and continues.
The most terrible of all is that my brethren, the preachers of the Cardinal's expanse, see me as a holy man. The delusion has been so persistent that they sent a petition to Holy Terra, asking that I be made a saint. It was when I became firm in my decision to submit to torture in front of my congregation, thus reminding them that no holiness exists unless bestowed as a gift by the God Emperor. Even clerics of my rank and must repent, thus becoming more pure every day. Please allow me to undergo mortal torture in his name in front of my parishioners.
Avatar is definitely unfinished. No rank mode if your characters are unfinished. Game itself is good though. Oh, okay. So the usual illnesses of the usual illnesses of freshly released game that we just can't be arsed to release fully, and then just mask it off as, oh, we just need more time, but we need the money now. Not any judgment about the game's estate, but then you have New Blood Interactive, which are very honest about the game not being done, but still polish everything that isn't in there to the fullest extent. But that's just me being a cranky old fuck. My day zero Kyoshi was looking nice on Thursday. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Did you win many W's? Did you gather many W's? I mean, given you're saying it looking nice, you probably gained a lot of W's and gave away many L's in the Sorry. Am I hearing this correctly? Is this going to ask me to be tortured to death for his wickedness?
That is correct. In addition, he insists on your subjects bearing witness to it, as a lesson to them, so to speak. To refuse a cardinal is impious in itself, but to execute one who is a saint in all but name.
It took a few W's, a few L's, but a lot of fun. Toph is a monster. Yeah, I've seen. I saw a clip today where two Tophs were fighting, and apparently one of the Tophs was just, what's it called? Trapped between those two, like, stone pillars. I mean, honestly, I don't know, personally, I don't feel much for Avatar. Like, I watched the anime, or cartoon, or whatever you want to call it, as a kid, and it was cool, and I liked the ending, but, I don't know. But I mean, at the end of the day, if the game is fun, what the fuck should matter, you know? So if you're having fun, and yeah, if you say you've had fun, and it was fun, and you feel like you got your money's worth, then all is good, man. I'm very happy for you. Very, very happy for you, and glad that glad you've been able to get a few dub skis. You devise an elegant rendering of the sentence, one that will convince everyone that you are in the right, and save you from being branded as Saint Killer. All you must do is accuse the Cardinal of intending to murder an all but canonized individual. 1 second. Right, I'm back. Everyone's playing the Marvel Tokon beta this weekend, though. I saw a clip of that, but the only clip I saw of it is that they have apparently, like, what, 5 different anti-cheats on it? Because they don't want data miners to extract too much out of the game, from what I remember. Well, yeah, that is what I remember about it. I have a small issue. I do technically need to watch the puppies. However, this doesn't mean I'm gonna be ending the stream, because Ivan was a little smarty smart and he bought a baby phone. because he himself is a big, want to be called a big poo-poo baby ass. But yeah. So I'm just gonna have the baby phone app open on the side that I can constantly take a look at. And in roughly, I would say 15 minutes, I'm gonna have to do a quick BRB because I still need to feed Honey and gotta take care of a few minor things, but it shouldn't take longer than, yeah, the usual like 15 to 20 minutes. But yeah. Anyways. This is horribly unoptimized. Yeah, because we're against data miners. I can understand the sentiment, but DRM was never a good thing. Well, it kind of is. I feel DRM causes more problems than it does well. Like, I understand the argument of first day sales are the most important, and I do agree. At the same time, if, like, how do I word this? I mean, long-term sales don't necessarily mean all, I mean, how do I word my concerns? I understand the first day or first week sales are important, and you kind of want to try to prevent pirates from having a good time, but if it hinders the performance of something extremely badly, I feel it does more harm than good in long term. Like, there are games out there that still gain a lot of sales, like, later on. Like, take Ultra Kill as an example. Take, like, I mean, Gloomwood, I suppose. Take, like, those games that later on maybe get, like, good DLCs or something, right? Those games then later on still make some good, like, you know, like, some money later on, so... I mean, I suppose it's just like a trade-off between short-term gain and long-term gain, with the long-term not being guaranteed, and the short-term being more guaranteed. But if you put something like the Denuvo on it, and people are reporting, yeah, we're having issue, like our PCs are not handling this well, I feel that that alone can affect first day or first week sales, because, oh, they have the Denuvo on it, yeah, I'm not going to buy that because I don't want my PC to, like, you know, slow down, but... what do I know? What does my retinue have to say? Argenta shakes her head. Wise counsel is required here, and it is not to be found within these walls. Reverend Hieronymus would understand the workings of the Cardinal's soul, and trust him to be the good shepherd of the Drusians. According to the Lex Imperialis, a candidate saint may personally challenge the sainting by petitioning the Ecclesiarch of Holy Terra, non-Holy Terra. Sidestepping the head of the Imperial cult is a violation of the Emperor's law. Since astropathic communication with the rest of the Imperium has been disrupted, I propose to put Cardinal Anvelas on a ship that crosses the Mall so that he can submit his request with every formality observed. But Solomon, the Mall is closed. That does nothing to diminish the stipulations of the Lex Imperialis. Besides, following the letter of the law absolves you of the necessity of tainting your hands with the blood of a potential saint. Either the Cardinal will cross them all, thus proving his sainthood, or you'll perish if the Emperor wills it. As you can see, the Lex Imperialis has all the answers. Ready to pass my judgment, then.
Attention! The rogue traitor speaks.
I see the depth of the Cardinal's contrition and grant him the right to embrace the death as he has chosen. I hope the Emperor can have mercy on his soul. I granted Drusians the right to decide the Cardinal's fate. It is my belief that Reverend Hieronymus is surpassing his comprehension of humility and holiness. I will post my trust in Solomon's advice. If the Cardinal wants to challenge his proposed sainthood, he should go to Terra. I would not dare inflict so horrible fate on one who has the ecclesia as deemed a holy man. In dark hours such as these, we need the light of faith more than ever. Cardinal Anvelas, in seeking permission to torture a holy man, you are violating both secular and ecclesial, and for that I sentence you to death. No. You know what? The Drusians. I think Argenta is correct.
The hand of the Drusians would hardly deny the Cardinal's peculiar request. However, the matter will be outside our jurisdiction at that point, and Reverend Hieronymus will appreciate your high trust in him when it comes to questions of faith.
Oh, there you go. Okay. I don't have the YouTube chat open as per usual. 3 minutes of not responding to double door. Oh, fuck off. Fucking hate it when I'm just being called loudly. Well, I don't mind being called loudly. What I do mind is, and I think you guys know this, Ivan is not my real name. I don't like it when people know my real IRL name. I'm really not a fan of that, because there used to be this law, this unwritten law on the internet, where you don't share your name on the internet, period. But what the hell do I know? He's got Rumpelstilzchen syndrome. What is Rumpelstilzchen syndrome? Well, welcome back, Dumbledore. Sorry, I didn't catch your message because I keep forgetting to have YouTube chat open. I really need to add a Streamlabs thing where it's just like exclamation mark YouTube chat. What is the Rumpelstilzchen syndrome? I don't know. I actually don't know the Rumpelstilzchen thing. I know I made it up. Fucker.
The Rogue Trader has made his will clear. Cardinal Anvlas will leave the Palace of Justice and accept his fate. Let us move on to the last case for today. The court may now hear case DP-1646-7/7, Lady Mullis Secundus against the late Lord Mullis. Late Lord Mullis being deceased, he will be represented by his progeny, Argartha of...
TLDR, he didn't want people to know his real name. Ah, okay. I mean, I myself, I'm not really a fan of it. I mean, eventually it will be out there if I do, like, business things or whatever, right? Because law dictates my name needs to be known. But, you know, eh. Wait, now that I think about it, I could be doing a joke here. Is this the one I'm looking for?
Your Lordship, I'm Lady Mullis Secundus. Only 8 cycles ago, a man broke into my house posing as my husband and Lady Lord Mullis. Contrary to what I know, he denies that he was killed by pirates. Instead, he perpetually survived, thanks to the God Emperor's providence. However, I hold here his death certificate issued by the Administratum, which clearly states that my husband had passed away. I demand that this fraud be executed.
The woman belligerently waves around the scroll on which the words "declared dead" are clearly visible.
The arguments are
Wrong voice.
The arguments are acknowledged and shall be weighed on scales of justice. The representative will retreat to the Chapel of Patience to await the verdict.
Your Lordship, our father did survive. He really was captured by pirates who were going to demand ransom, but the Imperial Navy managed to board a ship and rescue him. After he went missing, our mother, Lady Mullis, arranged for a death certificate before we received the good news. Now, we are in the humiliating position of having to prove that our father is alive, while our mother is living with her new husband, Lord Secundus, and has taken over her family business. We implore you to restore Lord Mullis to his life and name. He is humbly awaiting your decision in the Chapel of Patience.
All arguments have been acknowledged. Let the Rogue Trader's verdict be delivered. And is this one the...
All arguments have been acknowledged. Let the Rogue Trader's verdict be delivered.
What does Lord Mullis have to say? The prefect plays a recording of one of the servo skulls. The soft voice is interspersed with static, but you're able to make out the words.
I am Mullis. When the pirates captured me, I thought I was doomed, but fate proved to be more gracious than that. I hurried home, only to... from my own house by my servants, and learned that Lady Mullis had declared me dead and married Lord Secundus. She had also taken control of everything. Agartha and Silius have recognized me. I'm losing my mind.
What does the Mullis family do? The prefect turns to on one of her countless data slates.
The Mullis family manufactures nutritional rations. They supply the Astra Militarum as well as worlds that have no food production of their own. With the Lord at the helm, they covered the needs of 3 regiments in 5 worlds. Now, it is 5 regiments in 12 worlds. One might say Lady Mullis Secundus has done much better than her husband did.
You better than anyone understand the importance of supplying an army. You immediately hatch an audacious plan. Send Lady Mollis Secundus to one of the fringe worlds under the pretext of exile and have her set up the production of rations there. Let my retinue speak now.
This is a complicated situation, but Lady Mollis Secundus was acting in Imperium's interests. She had soldiered the duty of care for the family business and was in no position to wallow in her grief for cycles upon cycles.
Cassia throws her back her shoulders and says in a dignified voice,
A marriage between people of noble birth is a union of two servants of the Emperor. Duty toward the Imperium is at the heart of that union. If there comes a long period of time when one of the spouses is unable to fulfill their obligations, the marriage loses its meaning. If you could codify this understanding in law, that would help resolve the situation.
If Lady Mollis Secundus is right, then her children are impostors as accomplices and are guilty of defaming the authenticity of the Administratum's documents.
Now Solomon has enough sang-froid in him for a regiment.
Let the woman know that her heirs must face the same fate as the criminal, for it stipulates the Emperor's law.
Prefect relayed Solomon's words to Lady Mollis Secundus. I'm tired and love to be part of this. Prefect Lufer the Administratum said, let's call it a day. Yeah, well, now I was audible, but now I have the voice changer thing open, which doesn't do anything.
I know your real name because I hacked your IP and found that the real name is Charles.
Speaking of Charles, I found it so damn funny when my friend was showing me, what's the game called? Dispatch yesterday, and one of the characters, the bad guy, is voiced by Moist Critical, and I was like how do I word this? I heard him talk, I instantly recognized it was Moist Critical, who is named Charles, that's why I'm bringing this up, and a part of me was like I think I even said it in yesterday's stream, I was just like, no, your name isn't Solinar, you're Moist Critical, I don't want to, I don't respect you as Sonar, you're Moist Critical for me. And supposedly one of the guys is also the voice actor for Gangplank in League, so, you know, that's two voice actors that I knew. But, I mean, can you just possibly guess, when looking at the people, like the main characters in Dispatch, who I'm simping for? Like, is it even a question? You all know exactly who I'm going to be simping hard for in that game. And it's gonna be fucking Malevola. I want Malevola to wait, I already said all of this in yesterday's stream. Alright, the case is clear to me now. I'm ready to pass my verdict. Wait, no, not this one. Not this one. No, not this one. Wait, no, this isn't the one I'm looking for. Phoenix Wright OST. Phoenix Wrist. His name is not Phoenix Wrist. Wait, which is the one that I'm looking for? This one.
All will be silent. What is your decision, your lordship?
But Moses is to be declared alive and fully restored to his rights. All consequence of his death are to be deemed null and void. I order Lord Moles to be declared alive. He's to be fully restored to his life and property. Lady Moles Secundus is thereby found guilty of document forgery and is sentenced to death. May the Emperor protect her soul. Acacia's perspective on marriage in Imperium is correct. Lady Moles Secundus may stay with her new husband, for she saw restoring the family business to Lord Moles. Henceforth, her protectorate will operate under a new concept of legal spousehood. I hereby sentence Lady Mollis Secundus to a duty of exploration and development to help the protectoress' fringe world. Give her everything she needs to conduct her business. I expect her results to be impressive. As she has been found guilty, Lord Mollis is to be deemed alive. Profit factor 3. Execute the Susu Samokus. No one can be alive and everything points at them being dead. You know what? Cassia, you got a point.
It sounds like a decision that is favorable in the eyes of the Emperor. Moreover, I imagine it will make kidnappings for ransom substantially rarer. The session is now concluded.
As the lost attendants leave the courtroom, the prefect turns to you with a delighted expression.
Lady Theodora held court sessions like this to strengthen her subjects of faith in the Lex Imperialis in the fear of breaching it. A most useful practice, wouldn't you agree?
Are there no more active disputes in my domain? Come now, bring me a few more misguided souls.
Your enthusiasm is laudable, but as I'm sure you understand, any manner of procedure requires prior registration, which, in turn, involves filling out official forms and signing regulation-approved documents. It is for this reason that I, alas, unable to honor your request. With your permission, I will now return to my duties. Thank you.
Phoenix Wrist. How interested would you guys actually be in me playing Dispatch? Or maybe even the Phoenix Wright games? I mean, it's gonna be very interesting to watch because I'm very bad with concluding things. Like when it comes to like, oh, that guy did that, so that must that. Like my brain is just like, what should I do? I don't know what to do. Fix the court cogitator. The cogitator is filled with data on the workings of the Palace of Justice, listing such things as the names of servants and details of executions. The number of people entering the building is always greater than that of those leaving it. Examine. Oh, okay. Nothing else. The sacred symbol of the Imperium's justice, implacable and unsparing. Court Administrator. The might of the Imperium's justice is in the form of a massive melta weapon. The roaring torrents of the flame it generates leave criminals without a single chance.
Victory awaits.
Well...
It is an honor to serve Rome.
Examine the book.
I've read about this.
Except from the Lex Dragonis with addenda, the changes personally signed by Theodora von Valancius perfect the current situation in the Coronus Expanse. To appropriate another's possession is a transgression against his will, for he has divided all of humanity into those who are worthy of having said possessions and those who are not. Melta weapons, more like smelta weapons. Are you a fart smeller or a smart fella? What do you think? Fart smeller or a fart smeller? The cogitator is filled with the personal data of the executed. All their possessions have been meticulously accounted for and disposed to the administratum. Ah, okay.
So what are you? A smart fella or a fart smeller?
I think I just said the same thing twice. Okay, more plasma cells. Use the cogitator. Financial reports. The procurement data does not match up with the spending, but this has been gracefully covered up by way of a shrinkage column. I am the smart fart smeller. Lying is a transgression that burdens the soul of the one who commits it. Lying to a superior is a crime against the Imperium itself, or it disrupts its blessed structure. To kill with the intent of enriching oneself is a crime. To kill for a righteous cause is a deed to be honored and exalted. This time-worn piece of paper bears a petition of some sort. You manage to make out only one fragment. Then he treacherously intruded upon the ancestral territories of House Gaprak and wrought destruction therein. The list of damages is headed by but not limited to 3 servitors of ancient make, 5 armored vehicles, and 10 cogitators whose machine spirits are beyond recovery. Consequently, we demand that Hell's Sarabak be penalized for an amount thricely covering the damage inflicted. In support of our accusation, we provide the following. Oh, no, I want to take that with me. And I'll show that to, Sarabak woman.
None shall stand in my way.
I am the smart. I failed to fill out Form 12, Beta 3. Right, give me... so it won't be half an hour or 20 minutes, it will be a few minutes. So just give me like, I don't know, 2-3 minutes or 5 and I'll be right back. And I'm back. I had some... I mean, the Americans probably know this, or know about this. Mike and Ike. Just has... Oh yeah, I have to go to with J, because of, So, Mike and Ike. Mike and Ike's, whatever it's called. Like some sweet. Whew, that stuff is sour. I like the watermelon flavor, because I really like watermelon, and whooey! That shit is, that shit's sour. Yeah, sure, Lore Imperium, yeah, Intelligence, Stronger Together, yeah, Critical Zone, yeah, more, you know what, Ballistic Skill, yeah, sure, yeah, Lore Imperium, yep, Action Positive, we're gonna increase to 5 hours and certain to, yeah, sure, yep, Yep. Yep. Personal zone. Yep. Battle to die for the Emperor. No, ready to do my part. Yep. Ready to serve. Yep. Persuasion. Yep. Intelligence. Yep. Toughness. Yep. Actually, no, not toughness. Ballistic skill. Yep. Crossfire zone. Yep. Do my part. Yep. That is in the selected area. Ella is checking up on the dogs. That is in the selected area. Yep. Yep. Sounds good. Can I give her, like, any weapons or something that are, like, any good? And she has these pistols there. Splinter pistol. I mean, this one is a bit better. Which one is the splinter pistol? This one. This one I feel is a bit better. Splinter rifle. The hex rifle. Viral toxin. Yeah, I mean, she likes two-handing weapons, if I remember. Armor, what else can I give her? Armor of the Undaunted, assault armor. I mean, I did give her a lot of melee weapons, if I remember. But I need, like, exotic melee weapons, which I don't have a lot of Splinter weapon. Splinter pistol. She has 70 ballistic skills, so probably better to have the different pistol. Against human enemies. Done. All the words attacking abilities cost +1 AP, but have 20% additional critical chance. Whenever the wearer suffers a torn combat, if they're more than 0 wounds, they immediately regain 20 wounds. Okay, the rate of fire is 1 on both. Whenever the worker has a target in a melee attack, gains 5 MP at the start of combat. Yeah. +5 to Medicae. Oh, she can actually do that, yeah. The bonus to comparison upon AP when they fire first shot from an arc rifle. Run and gun, don't think she has that. Temporary wounds 1. +10 to Logic. Oh, she has 87 Logic. Spirit Drape, non-attack psychic powers. Melt a scorching shot. Maybe. Actually, yeah, sure, yeah. The wearer is going to gain a bonus from Hunt Down the Prey. No, the parry reduction if the wearer has Conviction Iconoclast. Recall of all automatic weapons. She has no automatic weapons. Yeah, sure, this one, I guess. Whenever the wearer moves through the cell occupied by an enemy, the wearer gains +15% dodge against enemy's next attack. When the wearer deals damage to an enemy, the wearer has... Yeah, sure. And the cape. Oh, bonuses from the wearer's combat tactics area. Oh, yeah, she does actually have that, yeah. Area attacks, no. Damage against the... Yeah, no. Another an attack of opportunity, no. +5 for persuasion. Whenever the wearer is affected by an ally's ability. No. I mean, grenades. Gas cloud, haywire, iron eye grenade, and a fire grenade. Yeah, sure, this'll do. This'll do. Would I just give her the heavy emergency cutter? That would be mad funny. But nah, I'm gonna do it like this. Hey, am I seeing the little ones attempting to escape? Oh, they're starting to walk. Oh my god, they're starting to walk. The little ones are starting to walk. Oh, that's so cute. Aww. Oh, they're starting to walk. That's so cute. Finish the job ability. No. Inflicts damage over time. Effects. I mean, kind of does. That's a last pistol. Or I give her both of these. And then we have double toxin. You know what? Sure. Double toxin. And she does deal damage over time effects. As soon as the wearer gains 10 stacks in the ability to deal 8 direct damage to all enemies suffering from damage over time effects, and the effects are inevitably all lost. What does it scale with? Banana. Medicaid divided by 10. But the enemy being potentially stunned? The action ability is severely limited. Cannot parry, dodge, and make attacks of opportunity. Nah, this is better. This is better. I prefer that. I very much prefer that. 10 dodge against melee basic attacks and 10 parry. She has 0 parry, so this is useless on her. When aware herself as a trauma in combat, they gain 20 wounds. Is it based on Medicaid? Yeah, Medicaid quoted. All attacking abilities cost 1 more AP, but 20%. And she does gain 17% more armor. Whenever the wearer assaults a turn with no enemies in the face areas, they gain plus 4 MP and do not provoke attacks of opportunity this turn. Plus 10% armor if the wearer assaults a turn with at least 1 enemy in the face cell radius. Or plus 10% armor against... Oh, but she needs the dodge. That's what I remember. She really needed the dodge. I mean, this one is just... Yeah. Straight better. I mean, yeah, it's not what I would personally give her, but... Let me just very quickly check on the little puppers downstairs, just to make sure that none escaped. 1 second. The puppers are all safe. Chris, got a banana. Chris, got a banana. Okay. Wait. Greeting protocol. Welcome to the palace of the Adeptus Administratum. Your lordship, please follow me. Chris, got a
I'll lay
banana.
claim to the stars.
I wonder where we will have to go. Hello. Hello. Hello, Master of Seals. An ancient-looking woman in a voluminous robe peers at you critically through her lenses when you descend into the bowels of her bureaucratic domain. Wait, I have unmuted myself. Right, okay. I'm always going to be scared of forgetting to unmute myself. Not honorable by passing the queue under the pretext of just wanted to ask. All you Highborn ever want is just to ask. But what about protocol? That's what I'm asking. Who's going to follow protocol? Jay glances at you and whispers, What? So I paid off a few clerks to let us skip the queue, Shireen. Your time is more important to me than any little formalities. Very well, don't just stand there. You hear now? Or do you think the Master of Seals has nothing better to do than receive unexpected visitors? The old woman beckons over Serval's skull floating nearby. Begin entry. Current hour, current turn, current cycle, 41st millennium. Metal manipulators immediately begin feverishly clacking, taking dictation. I'm currently seeing on my baby phone camera that the little puppies are being fed right now. I love this baby phone. This was a worthwhile investment. Prefect, Master of Seals. Is there not too many titles for one official?
It is proportionate to my duties, your lordship. While I am involved with the Administratum's Archiving Cogitatus, I proudly bear the title of Master of Seals. In all other circumstances, I am a mere prefect. The distinction allows me to organize my work in due fashion, and as you surely understand, clarity and order are critical components of the sacred acts of maintaining and managing records.
What is this place? The Master of Seals raises her eyebrows in surprise.
You are in the very heart of the palace of the Adeptus Administratum. Day and night, hundreds of thousands of prefects, ordinate scribes, servants, and servitors carry out their duties to humanity, and even Valencia's dynasty here, never setting foot outside its boundaries for decades at a time. But knowledge comes through comparison. There are entire worlds belonging to the Administratum, so this place is but the humble cog in the blessed machine of the Imperium.
Tell me about yourself.
I am the law, and I oversee order in this section of the Kernus expanse, as well as on world of the Von Valencius Protectorate. In accordance with ancient covenants made with your ancestors, I hold the power to grant petitioners what they seek and to punish criminals for failing to carry out the Imperium's will.
Jay continues in a whisper.
She's ancient enough herself. Look at her, she's a bona fide living mummy.
Tell me about the word of the Adeptus Administratum. The Master of Seals told in displeasure.
One would think the Protectorate's heir has no care for his tongue if he's so willing to wag it to the point of blistering. However, I, despised servant of the Imperial that I am, do not possess the gift of unallocated time. Let us proceed to the matter of your application.
My companion wishes to obtain a Mercatum Tabula Officiale. The Master of Seals peers over her oculenses at Jay in disbelief, and she looks at you.
I take it you're her sponsor? In that case, you must submit a written application in conformity with template hashtag 404.01, as well as written permission for the processing and notarization of the personal data of the most sacred personage. Without it, I cannot issue Mistress
Hidari.
Mistress Hidari, the form for collecting the seals required to obtain the Mercatum Tabula Officiale, the certificate of an official trade representative.
At these words, the saccharine smile drops on Jay's face. Seals? What seals?
We will discuss that, but Mariusz Wright from Valencia has prepared the primary documentation.
Blood lets out a stoic sigh and rolls his eyes. You get the feeling that this is not his first personal interaction with the Administratum bureaucracy, nor is it his second. Is there no way of getting around these formalities?
Fear the wrath of the immortal on your lordship. What would become of your protectorate, or even the Imperium itself, if every person did what you are proposing? No! Lex Imperialis, Volume 249, Paragraph 18/2, Amendment of the 12th year of the previous millennium clearly states, actions that circumvent the sacred law of the Imperium in pursuit of personal gain are a manifestation of human weakness, which is subject to eradication.
Could you handle the paperwork on my behalf? I will pay. She mutters something raspingly under her breath, ignoring your question entirely. And if I refuse?
Then I'm afraid Mistress Hidari will never receive her much-desired certificate, and I will be obliged to levy a fine against your noble name for wasting the valuable time of the Master of Seals.
Shireen, I know that Aji have thwarted our plans, and that unforeseen circumstances have arisen, like... Never mind. So the esteemed Damar wants us to fill in a couple of forms. I will do that with great pleasure.
I'll do it. The perfectly sharpened quill scratches pleasantly on the parchment, but for the first few minutes, the obfuscatory phrasing, footnotes, amendments, you're forced to write out the same details over and over about you, the Protectorate, Theodore of Valencius, Jay, and then also every living person who bears your family name. If you do not know all the required information, you must complete supplementary forms. 1 hour. The Master of Seals nods in approval and stows the scroll into a tube labeled with your name.
Next is the consent form for the processing and notarization of the personal data of your most sacred personage.
Give your written consent in a presented form. Bureaucracy. The scroll is whipped away in another tube by the Master of Seals.
Protocol executed. Application received. Processed. Approved.
The server scroll scribe taps out each word after its mistress's pronouncement.
Come on, esteemed Damar. What is it you're saying about seals?
The old woman unhurriedly holds out a printed scroll to Jay.
Here is your document, Mistress Haydari. Unfortunately, it does not yet have legal force. I can certify it as a sacred Mercatum Tabula Officiale once it has received 2 seals of approval. They are easy to obtain. In the Imperium Court Administratum servitors have been handling such shells for over 50 years. There is one such servitor here in Dragonis in the Rotatus' palace. The second is duty-bound to keep the seal in the Telecos Epsilon system.
Why can the seals not be affixated to the Administratum Palace?
According to Amendment 3-C/8, implemented by Prefectus Sistenius II of Dragonis, one of the seals must be kept in the palace of the ruler of the Von Valancius Protectorate, remaining a symbol of the unbreakable link between the Sacred Warrant and the Adeptus Administratum. The second seal...
The ocular lenses perch on her close click as she rifles through moldering scrolls with her wrinkled fingers.
Is held in the Telecos Epsilon system in accordance with Decree OL-008/ZN. Unfortunately, after a fire 200 years ago, all that remains of the official original decree is an addendum certified by an unknown adept of the initials AA. No instructions repealing this decree were ever received from Holy Terra, therefore the seal remains where it ought to be.
Find Administratum servitors and have them place 2 seals on approval. The goal is clear. The Master of Seals nods with satisfaction.
Please do return once you have prepared the documents.
Okay, well... what is this? Oh, I'm not fucking reading that. I'm not fucking reading that, bro.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Okay, so... oh, there's more goods I missed. More goods to steal! Oh, what is this? I'm not reading all that, bro. I ain't reading all that, bro. I ain't reading all of that. So, Jay, we, kinda have to, yeah, we have to go somewhere. But first off, I mean, I can change Jay a bit. Just say the word and we fit you with our finest augments, Lord Captain. What is this? Jay's a servile node. Some might say it is foolish to spend a fortune on a mere neck implant. Jay Hidari would counter that by wearing a mere neck implant while being the princess of Ifrita simply beneath her dignity. The implant functions flawlessly. Okay. Jay gains the served cold ability. When she uses served cold, it must pass toughness. It must suffer 1 stack of fatigued. Deals 8 to 10 impact damage, 20% armor pen. The damage is double this ability and its armor penetration increased by 32% for each extra turn granted Jay to an ally before using this ability. Extra turns are counted starting with the last use of this ability. The damage double this ability can be dodged or parried. Oh, okay. Oh, that's good, that's good. The use of this weapon damage is calculated using intelligence instead of strength and perception instead of weapon skill if those characteristics are higher. And what are her stats? Well, her intelligence is lower than her perception, but her intelligence is higher than her strength. No, here, Pujan. She can't have this, can be equipped by this character. Boo! So this uses weapon damage. It's calculated using intelligence instead of strength and perception instead of weapon skill. So intelligence higher than strength and perception higher than weapon skill. Well, her perception is not higher than her weapon skill, but her intelligence is higher than her strength. Which is gonna affect her melee weapons. Yeah, sure, I suppose it is better for her. The urge to replace stress with sacred metal is deemed the natural one. Can move through enemies. Whenever a shot hits cover instead of the wearer, they attack against weak stacks of exploit. When not in cover, they get a 32% cover efficiency, as if they were in cover. Whenever you propose a single target attack against a target within a 3-cell radius, make a burst shot with this augment immediately after. But lose intelligence by 10%? Nah. If the user moved during the turn, what attack was similar? If it was moved during the turn. Nah. Yeah, sure. Let's have a brain implant for her. Toughness minus percent be damned. She now has a brain implant. She now has brains. It takes women that inflict plus 4 levels of toxin and a toxic saturation effect that stacks. On hit, attacks with melee weapon. Nope. Can do attack. Nah. Force couple. I mean, this would not be that bad. Like, it would actually be quite good. But does it depend on character level divided by 8 and toxic saturation? Dealing 1 toxic damage, minimum 1. Levels of toxin divided by 2. I mean, that would be huge. Fuck it, sure. We'll just completely, like, change her. What does this do? Ballistic skill reduced by 10%. Ah, she'll be fine. I mean, yeah, she only has 63 ballistic skill now, but... I mean... Gotta look at it this way. More toxin. Her entire thing is gonna be toxins. She's toxic. And stuns as well. But what if I actually do this one? Like something that increases ballistic skill would be really good. Intelligence instead of perception if the perception is higher. Intelligence over perception if perception is higher. I mean, that is the case. Which then works onto the thing, into one of her implants, I think. Yeah, and this implant here takes... which one was it? This one. Perception instead of weapon skill, so... Wait, did I just do like a super redundant thing? Takes intelligence instead of perception if intelligence is higher, but that isn't the case. Wait, no, intelligence is higher. So, in this case, it will always be intelligence that's being used. Yes, okay. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, first thing actually, I want to go to the planet that's all the way far away. Ooh, the little ones are attempting to escape. Oi, 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 oi. The little ones are attempting to escape. Find the seal on Janus. Let us go to Janus. I want to go to the Janus. Colony Zarkov has become a new stage of development. Okay. Which one was it? This one. Lord Captain, Zarkov is reporting a serious situation on the planet. The flora and fauna of the world have gone mad, attacking settlements with even greater force. The frenzy is blamed on a massive onslaught of beasts, with the report calls the drovers, and the piercing wails they emit. It seems we've anchored the entire planet, Mariusz Wright. It's your decision, of course. The Colonel Governor will carry out any order, but let me protect my people. Don't throw their lives away for nothing. Do we know what has riled the drovers? Negative, Lord Captain. We are operating solely on the Colonel Governor's theories. Perhaps you enraged the pack by slaying the drover beneath the cage, or it could be some planetary cycle we know nothing about. The dynasties as servants of Zarkov have already begun investigating, but it will take time. It won't resolve the current situation. We must act without delay. My gut tells me it's something. My gut tells me that all these theories are just commissar words. This is something else. Something to do with your life along Zarkov, your lordship. Has a massive current of xenobeasts ever happened before? No, your lordship. The Colonel Governor stated that there is no mention of such a phenomenon in the annals of the 32nd Mirror Regiment. This is the Zarkov colony's first experience of this. Does my retinue have anything to say on the matter? Why send soldiers to the death when xeno-heresy can be purged by righteous flames? Well, we cannot burn recklessly, as the roots will ignite in an instant and the wildfire will quickly get out of control. We must trap the beast between two fires so that the backbone incinerates them and then burns itself out. Every arbitrator knows how to hold a bastion of loyalty to the Imperium during planet-wide cataclysms. Hunkering down will result in a grueling siege, while a head-on counterattack will cause unnecessary losses. We need a shrewder approach. We move a portion of the populace into fortified areas to serve as bait for the beasts, while our assault teams flank the enemy and weaken them with targeted strikes. Nuncius and I have successfully conducted several experiments on tissue samples from the drover you slew. It is a primitive creature lacking any capacity for independent thought. It merely reacts to external stimuli, which is precisely its vulnerability. Drawing upon this fact, I have concocted a formula for a biocide tincture, one that is remarkably easy to manufacture. Once aerosolized, it will disorient drovers and leave them vulnerable. Theoretically, at least. It will be fascinating to test this tincture in the field. Splendid idea. You're gonna show them Merovingians are capable of producing and utilizing experimental formula. Solomon will go with your plan. No, I don't want to do this one because Batoshsky said don't unnecessarily waste lives. Sister Genta showed the Merovingians how to properly burn out Xeno heresy. You know what? Let's go with Irgun's stuff. Yeah, let's go with Irgun's idea. For the glory of the machine god, I will begin drafting the necessary instructions immediately. We'll just have to hope that the toxic slop cooked up by the Red Robe works exactly as planned. If you ask me, all these tricks are too much. The biocide engineered by a genitive Fabrius proved more potent than anticipated. It did not merely disorient the xenobeasts, but struck the nervous systems with partial paralysis as well. Armed with this advantage, the 32nd Mirror Regiment launched an offensive, purging the drovers with minimal losses. In short order, the creatures' onslaught upon human settlements waned as they hid away in their lairs. Your Lordship, a theory has emerged about what caused this. The Dynasty's agent have investigated and discovered a strange signal that we cannot decipher or locate. However, it seems to affect the nervous systems of these drovers in some way, driving them into a rage. Alas, that is all what we know for now. Yay! We got lots of things, and we essentially sprayed, like, yes. Yay. Yay. Oculus Station. The Imperial Navy seeks a plane within the sector whose orbit would support a way station, well equipped with weaponry and void docks. The rogue trader would graciously offer Zarkov's orbit, effectively placing the planet under the shield of the Navis Imperialis. So, security, complacency, and Imperial Navy. Sure, maybe. The expense is yet to see warriors as skilled and resilient as the sons and daughters of Zarkov. The Fellowship of the Void promises to pay handsomely for a chance to recruit Zarkovians to execute their dark designs. Who else but the God Emperor's anointed has the power to override the Imperial's laws for the welfare of the Protectorate? Nah. Smugglers' vaults. Atop the colossal ruins that peer Zarkov's skies, well out of sight, lies a realm where agonizing death claims those lacking a rebreather and a void suit. There, hidden vaults accessible only by small shuttles will be constructed. The cold traders will gain the right to use them provided they share a portion of their cargo with the rogue trader. Ew, but it's heretical. Ew. Lattice Patent. Legitimizing the governess's authority with a noble title will hasten Zarkov's integration into the Imperium. To honor the newly appointed ruler, the factions of the Expanse shall dispatch offerings to Zarkov, fostering the planet's prosperity. Yeah, I'd be willing to do this. I mean, chemicals and complacency for everywhere. Yeah. Frontier Conquest. The rogue traders holding Zarkov go only through a constant, bloody war with the planet's aggressive xenoflora. To drive it back, military engineers will erect massive fortifications, unleashing a torrent of fire from the nozzles of thousands of flamers. Fortify gains. Deflection based off of intelligence bonus. Well, for Pujan, that's not a lot. But Prometheum rigs. Deep within the ripped open bowels of Zarkov lie the decayed remains of colossal creatures. Smoking Prometheum rigs shall turn the ash of the planet's ancient rulers into Prometheum. Again, a fuckdom of Prometheum and profit factor. Zarkov's rampant vegetation turns the paths between settlements into a tangled labyrinth fraught with deadly perils. The Adeptus Mechanicus shall supply the planet with swift flying machines equipped with razor-sharp blades. Okay. Yeah, okay, and I get engines. 14 speed, along with average acceleration and braking. The flagship is 75% hull integrity or less. Its speed is increased by 2 VMP. Okay. From the scouts of the 32nd Regiment, daring volunteers shall be recruited into a specialized reconnaissance corps known as the Shadows of Zarkov. They shall bear the lifelong duty of charting maps and searching for safe passages through the planet's lower levels. But then I don't get Militarum Imperialis. The bearer is immune to toxin and cannot fall prone, be pushed away, or staggered. Additionally, the dodge penalty is reduced. Okay. Oh. The dodge penalty is reduced. So, there's an even lower chance he's going to be dodging. However, the material this armor is made of is extremely flammable. The wearer makes all tests to remove burning with a minus 30 penalty. Suffers double burning damage, and upon taking fire damage, suffers 6th level of burning. Ooh. So I can dodge more, and essentially I'm super strong, but if there's fire damage, I'm boned. Okay, what does this one give then? For centuries, Zarkov's military affairs languish with a proper oversight by the Astra Militarum. The planet shall see the construction of infrastructure required to quarter and supply troops, while the Protectorate's best drill masters arrive to train the fighters of the 32nd Regiment in accordance with the Tactica Imperialis. So again, security, efficiency, and conditioning. This character's maximum wounds are increased by toughness bonus. Ah, that would be more HP for Pujan. I think at first the lattice patent. I can't do more than one thing, okay. Oh no, I lost 2 profit factor. Oh no. A cure for sloth on Janus. Yeah, no, I can't do that morally. And yeah, here, there's nothing for me to do here. Yeah, if only I had done this. But yeah, let me just quickly check up on the poppers again. I will be right back. The poppers are all safe and sound. I repeat, the poppers are safe and sound. Okay, where's my thing? Marcelio Prophecy. Lord Captain, the esteemed Magus Hanuman is requesting your attention in a private Vox channel, establishing connection. I request an audience with the rogue trader. Genitor Extremis Eugen Fibris has committed a Category 5 blasphemy by violating the precepts of the Catechism of Maintenance and Operation. The offender persists in denying his distortion of the Omnissiah's design and insists on resolving the conflict with a third-party meditation. Are you asking me to educate your theological debate? This statement is true. Other means of bringing Genitor Fibris into compliance have already proven ineffective, having had an adverse effect on the productivity of the engine compartments. What is the essence of this dispute? The Manipulus has modified the ship's servitors in ways that deviate from the permissible standards for their construction. The arguments he has presented are heretical, the results are blasphemous, and his speech is profane. Both of you here. Acknowledge, Lord Captain. Great, we're having theological debates. Yes, I love talking about religion. Yay. Yay, religion. Ooh. I love religion. Yes. The very air between the two tech priests seems to crackle with tension. The Glarius Ilgun and Pascal exchange could melt steel. Pascal straightens up more than usual, as if trying to match the height of his hovering opponent. Lord Captain, as an ordained magos, I bear witness against the Genitor Extremis Ilgun Fibris. He conducts research that negatively impacts the productivity of the holy rites of servitor maintenance and distorts the visage of the machine gods' creations. Such blasphemy tramples the tenets of faith and may lead to critically unpredictable consequences. Out of respect for Magus Hanuman, I will not respond to such a blatant provocation with aggression. That would be counterproductive. However, I would note that my esteemed colleague is fundamentally mistaken in his interpretation of my actions. I have followed the quest for knowledge, serving the machine god as it befits a Genitor Extremis. No blasphemy against his commandments has been committed, as Nuncius can attest. The servant girl remains silent, unwilling to enter the argument. I believe the least biased participant should speak first. I see you're consumed with anger, but I do not understand why. Kindly explain yourselves. Janitor Extremis Phoebus was summoned to pacify a group of frenzied servitors. 1 second.
I really like it when my doors are being constantly opened. I like it. I really like it. Hey, honey mouse. Hey, honey bunny. Hey, honey bunny. Oh, you little doodly. Oh. No, boyhood. Hmm? Whoa.
I love my dogs. Hold on. Yeah, Janitor Extremis Phoebus was summoned to pacify a group of frenzied servitors. Given his rank and presumed breadth of knowledge, the risk of disruption to his sacred rites was deemed minimal. However, the janitor exceeded his remit and performed rites on several servitors that do not conform to the paradigm of the cold mechanicus, replacing some of their blessed implants with organic matter. I do not deny my actions, rogue trader. Indeed, I have introduced several experimental modifications to the servitors' construction, modifications that increase their productivity and task efficiency. But does this not enhance their utility? The essence of Mariusz and Newman's accusations eludes me. Again, why did you conduct this experiment outside the laboratory? A reasonable question, rogue trader, and I believe the answer will prove most satisfactory. After the trisomator reconstruction failed to confirm my hypothesis, I spent considerable time drawing conclusions from it. The fruit of my labors is a formula for bionic synergy that enhances the efficiency of augmenting integration with the host. Is productive efficiency not the highest value for a servant of the Omnissiah? Servitor malfunctions will occur less frequently, shorter maintenance time will be required, and the labors of the technomats will be optimized. The utility of such a solution is indisputable and therefore requires no preliminary investigation. The statement is false. Efficiency is a consequence of observing proper rites, not a cause for worship. The rejection of standardized methods of service in the pursuit of increased productivity is a Category 5 blasphemy. Optimizing the labor of technomats is not the prerogative of a janitor extremis. Each serves according to their function. I guess Newman's visor flashes red for a fraction of a second. This alone is an incontrovertible fact. Oi. Pascal, what makes Eugen's experiments so dangerous? Their very nature is blasphemous through committing the heresy of invention. Janitor Phoebus was supposed to completely eliminate the source of the malign code that had infiltrated the servitors' neural implants. Instead, he altered their mortal flesh in such a way that it is no longer subject to the machine gods' imperatives as transmitted by the implants. The operational stability of the resulting modified servitors cannot be prognosticated. The ship's machine spirits may find themselves defenseless and fall victim to entropy, which would begin to multiply within the computational cycle. Eugen raises a finger in a didactic manner. My intervention did not violate the protocols of servitorization. Their minds still follow the machine algorithms. No heresy has been committed. Colleague, you are overly accustomed to relying upon the cold orderliness of the Ferrum Sanctum, and you perceive organic matter as something mutable and unreliable. Yet the living cell is one of the most perfect and stable aggregates that are created by the Omnissiah. Honey comes in, lays on my bed, stays there for 5 minutes, and wishes to leave. No, give her that. Honey comes in, opens my door, jumps on my bed, wishes to lay down, fair enough, stays there for a few minutes, and then wishes to leave. And my door is always closed, so I have to stand up and open my door. I hate it when my door is open.
No heresy has been committed. Colleague, you're overly cross... it living says most perfect stable aggregates created by the Omnissiah. After a brief pause, Irgun adds, addressing the server skull, yes, Nuncius, bone tissue is no less vital and stable, but it would have been less convincing in this particular case. Nuncius, what do you think? The server skull is silent. Obstinately listen to Nuncius. What's that? Do you think Destiny Magi were having like squabbling children? Yes, I would have to agree. Both tech priests turn toward the server skull, which has not uttered a single word. The skull glares malevolently while Irgun opens his mouth to object and thinks better of it. If you call each other colleagues, why not just work together? Is that a rhetorical question? The alembic on Irgun's shoulder hisses, releasing a cloud of acrid vapor. No, I see that you truly wish to hear the answer. Each follows their own path to knowledge, comprehending existence through the wisdom of the Omnissiah. My path and that of Magus and Newman diverge at the very beginning. Unthinkable. Pascal's visor flashes crimson. I assess collaboration with Janitor Phoebus to be counterproductive. His willingness to distort dogma in order to justify his own flaws brought us dangerously close on heresy. Enough, I'm ready to educate between you. I'm not able to resolve your dispute, for I lack sufficient knowledge in the machine god's mystery. And I'm ready to educate between you. Both tech priests stare at you intently. You and your experiments are indeed dangerous, hence we shall not conduct them outside of the laboratory. Void ship ram increases the damage from the macro cans by 15%. But so do not hinder Irgun in his collaboratory collision calculations. So 15% void ship ram is also 50% shield strength on the most damaged side. I'm not 50%. Oh, and I can't save scum. Oh, I can't save scum. Please. The two of you work together. I refuse. Pascal raises a mechadendrite in warning. This decision leads to an irresolvable conflict. Cooperation is impossible. Out of the question. Irgun shakes his head. The outcome of the proposed cooperation is predetermined, and it is most unfavorable, rogue trader. I'm not able to resolve a dispute for I lack sufficient knowledge of the machine gods' mysteries. So did his experiments outside of the laboratory. I mean, I kind of have to agree with Pascal. But, I mean, I don't agree with Pascal in the sense of we have to always follow protocol. What was Irgun's reasoning for doing it outside of the laboratory? Intervention to validate protocol so that main civil machine algorithm has to become a plague over a custom developed on the world corners the firm sanctioning of the organic matter itself. Your nature's what makes Irgun so dangerous? The very nature's blasphemous for committing the heresy of invention. And the source of the malign code that infiltrates 7 new plants into the altered and mortal flesh is where there's no longer sufficient machine gods and imperatives are transmitted by the young plants. The living cells one was perfect. So what I'm hearing here is that we're making the servitors more human. Like they're more able to think for themselves. The anti-extremist Phoebus was summoned to pacify a group of frenzied servitors, given the rank and pursuit of knowledge and risk of the servants of sick rose need minimal have the genetic series. Remedy and perform rites in several servitors that do not conform to the paradigm of the code mechanicals. You can solve the blessed implants with organic matter. I do not deny my actions. So added more flesh, or like organic matter in exchange, like instead of machines.
You know, let's just see how far we can go with all of this. Yeah, just, Pascal, don't hinder him. Several indignant bursts of Benharic chatter precede Pascal's response. Directive acknowledged, Lord Captain. I'm afraid you have to accept the status quo, esteemed colleague. Ilga makes no effort to conceal the smugness in his voice. Thank you for your agreement, Rogue Trader. I will immediately resume my work of implementing the formula in the remaining servitors. And let's see how much of a bad idea this was. Probably a very horrendous idea, but you know what? Maybe he's more funny. Yeah, sure. Install this. Hey, again, you look funny. Sure, give this to him as well. You know what? Yep, sure. Install. What else can we install in here? I mean, I haven't played with him at all, but against sub is increased by 23%. His deflection is increased by 2, but cannot equip armor. Can now gain potential energy stacks. Okay, cool. Okay, that one is galvanized. Okay. I don't have that much more time. I think I have like roughly 15 minutes or so. So I would say let's do the Joannus thing. Let's go to Joannus. And find this thing I need to find. And get that, bring it back, and then end for now. And this time it isn't because... I really need to fix my doors' lock. I really need to. Okay, Governor Wyas's estate. Do I need to take her with me? Probably not a bad idea to take her with me. After all, she's the one who wants the seals. She's my first option of who I would put there, but she is a option. I would rather have Yerlet with me, but, you know.
Follow my lead.
Oh yeah, there's loot here that I cannot obtain because it's bugged. There's supposedly goods there, but I can't pick up the goods. So I'm never gonna be able to pick up those goods. Hey, Mr. Quint. Other things on Yanis.
Without the enemies of humanity on our land. Wonderful, your lordship. The people of Yanis are indebted for ridding our world of heresy. The Emperor is my witness. Yanis will continue to serve the Von Valancius dynasty, but not in precisely the same way as before.
I appreciate the local species.
Oh yes, the flora on Yanis can take your breath away, while the fauna can inadvertently kill you.
I require a seal to certify a Mercatum Tabula Officiale. The secretary nods energetically.
Of course, of course. It would be an honor to assist a rogue trader. Wait but a few minutes, your lordship, and your humble servant will have your seal ready.
Jay's expression is pensive as she twists a lock of hair around her metal finger. Interesting, Shireen. I assume we would be dealing with servitors, but no. Some places in your domain still have this work being performed by people of flesh and blood.
I beg your pardon? What's this about servitors? I have faithfully performed my sacred duties to the Imperium Administratum all my life, and guarding the seals is part of that. And after half a century and a single seal damaged, I keep them in a special case and I oil the handles every month as the rules stipulate.
Jay shrugs.
I am merely repeating the words of the Master of Seals on their goals. Servitors have replaced an entire category of lowly bureaucrats assigned to the Von Valancius planets, around 10 years ago now. But after 70 years of service, and not a single directive, not from Holy Terra or from Dragonis. A complete breakdown in communication. What the farce, what an insult against all processes.
Scarlet patches blossom on the secretary's pale face.
But this is easily remedied. If the Administratum requires such a servant, then I will immediately begin preparations for servitorization. The will of the Lex Imperialis is supreme.
Jane nervously licks her lips. She clearly did expect a response to her remark.
Attilius, I do not think the Exalted One has any particular desire to see you lobotomized and turned into a mindless, clanking ghoul just because someone else somewhere else changed the law.
Attilius, there is no need for that. Yes, any servitor can place a seal, but can I do so while granting a sincere smile, impressing me with its implacable finesse and attention to detail? Because if humanity, while remaining as you are, could a servitor replace a true administrative officer who is passionate about his work? Janus needs an intelligent secretary, not a brainless machine. Simply acquire a servitor for yourself. You can save humanity remaining as you are with a survey to replace that race. Nah, this one, just human answer. After lots of prevarication, Attilas' hunched figure sags. Of course, you're right. We'll continue to serve Yannis and Evan Valencia's protector as before, and today I will dispatch a request for copies of edicts issued by the Imperium over the last 50 years. Who knows what else we have missed here in Ioannus? Jay lets out a breath, obviously relieved. That is wonderful, Attilius, just wonderful. Just don't go poking at your eyes with a long needle, at least until you receive a direct order to do so from your precious administratum. Here you are, the secretary proffers the sealed certificate with care, and may the Emperor bless your path. Ioannus. Ioannus. Ioannus sounds like Ioannus. Ioannus. Ioannus, Ioannus. Ioannus, yeah. Ioannus. See, it's funny because Janus, and they pronounce it a bit like Ioannus. Like the Swedish Ioannus is like Ioannus, you know, Ioannus. Like the asshole, Ioannus. Ioannus. Don't I have any contracts I might be interested in? Xenotech for profit factor, for people for profit factor, weapons and mechanisms for all, 3 profit factor for 10 provisions, 2 profit factor, Nah, I'm good, I don't need any of that. Ergonis colony requires Lord Captain's attention. Well, I mean, I'm coming in already. Yeah, they need me present. No biggie. Okay, that's a lot of good stuff. I mean... I am actually very interested in picking this one. I mean, the fire thing, I mean, Pujan doesn't mind that. Frontier transport... Frontier conquest second to none. Oculus station. Better security and complacency. Sure, yeah. Okay, what does Dragonis need me for? Dargonis, Onus. Rocky World. Oh, what do you mean Rocky World? Like Rocky? Like the movie? One of the more influential patrons in the Expanse learned a dirty secret about the Valencia's dynasty is now blackmailing the rogue trader. Baedicus Bellicum mission to arrange some more pressing problems for the blackmailer, not give in to demands. Dirty secret. You know what? I'm not giving in to them. Soon the Expanse is shaken by scandalous evidence proving that Lady Theodora plundered ships and colonies that belonged to her rivals. The dynasty's reputation has been sullied. Whoops. Oh well. Oh well. So be it. Yeah, sure. Talk shit about me. Yeah, sure. I don't care. I don't care. It will be secretly resold to the convicts. No. There's nothing for me to do here. No. You don't scare me. You don't scare me. If you want to do that, so be it. I don't have anything to scare. Yeah, shoot, talk shit. My profit factor is more important. You don't scare me. Administratum von Valencia's throne room. Arrange reception. Find the seal of Dargonis. Yes. Banana. I could go for a banana again. Banana. Banan. Wasn't there a song that's like chicken banana, chick banana, chick banana, something like that? An ancient cocktail linked to the Pegasus system. Yeah, maybe. Is this where I need to... Nope. Turn it off. Turn it on just to turn it off again. Yeah, same. Aristocrat. Hello, Solomorn.
Wouldn't believe the poisonous Glato has been...
Solomorn, is I cannot talk with Glato then? Because there is someone here that I can supposedly talk with. Aristocrat smoking with Cassia in front. What are you doing with my beloved Cassia? Oh, Jay is already here.
Mr. Saidari, my patience is not easily exhausted, but you're coming very close. I shall repeat myself again. No, I will not. I can see the family resemblance with Abelard now. You cannot see further than your own nose, my dear Clemente. Let the rogue trader decide.
Yeah, sure. Thank you for skipping the dialogue way too quickly.
Your Lordship, I apologize for this ugly scene, but might I ask that you rein in Mistress Haidar and put a stop to her inflammatory actions towards her? As the exalted one is my witness, Shireen, I tried everything I could to spare you any unnecessary headache over the seals for the Mercatum Tabula Officiale. I even showed this aid with a temper worse than a sandstorm, the certificate with your signature. But your Chancellor merely kept batting me away with her flail of baseless denials. I suspect that the reason for this has nothing to do with my humble personage.
Clementia purses her lips and glowers at Jay.
Oh no, this isn't about me at all.
Jay narrows her eyes as she peers into Clementia's face until the latter finally looks away.
I see. Well, Chancellor, will you tell us about yourself, or should I help you?
What's the matter, Miss Versarian?
I'm afraid that my words may anger your lordship. Clementia lowers her head in shame as if offering it up to be removed from her shoulders. The seal you're looking for was lost over a quarter of a century ago. Her Lady Theodora von Valancius ordered a new one to be delivered from the Imperium, but as you well know, we're a long way away from Holy Terra, and with warp storms ravaging the Coroner's Expanse, we have been unable to receive a replacement to this day.
Give Clemente the seal with the Winterscale coat of arms. Could this be the seal in question?
This is without a doubt the Administratum seal from Winterscale's realm. But why is it the original and not a copy?
I think I understand.
Well, the laws of the Imperium do not prohibit heirs of other houses from using the seal at times of need. I will have to order servants of the Machine Cult to create a duplicate so as to avoid such embarrassing predicaments for the future.
There's something I must discuss with the Chancellor in private.
Oh, by all means, Shireen. I dare not waste any more of my precious balm that is on your time in matters related to me. If I may excuse myself.
What about meeting with navigators of House Orselio? Clementia immediately focuses on the data slate in her hands.
Allow me to report. The esteemed navigators of House Orselio have taken residence in the guest estate and are awaiting a meeting with you. How would you like to receive them?
Make arrangements for a reception worthy of refined taste of a Nevis Nobelite.
Understood, Lord Captain.
Would you like to hold this meeting shortly?
Yes, we're ready for this. Then I'll have messengers sent to retrieve the esteemed guests.
Okay, Cassia has to come with me, and given I don't need Jay, Yerulite, you're coming back. I can't wait for it to be colder again. Yay, everything's super fancy.
Regent Arantor Orselio, esteemed delegation, a rock trader and a Von Valancius protector welcome you. Come this way, please.
I mean, this is essentially the house of the girl we're trying to woo.
We have to do as much as we can, you know, but I'm giving her away. She's my baby girl. She's like Lysandra, but better, you know. The esteemed representatives of the Nevis Noble have arrived at the Rogue Trader's court, the regent of the great house Orselio, Aronto Orselio. His companions, Lady Griselia Orselio, Navigator Liso Simon Orselio, and his intended bride, Lady Navigator Alexandria Orselio, Lady Navigator Elena Arteria Orselio, and Navigator Danax Orselio.
A tall, wizened old man proudly stares at you with milky, unblinking eyes. Loose skin sways with his every move, as if the navigator's flesh has detached from his bones. An unsightly hole mars the regent's face where his nose should be, and the old man's skull is covered with spiky growths. Rogue trader, the regent's piercing voice cuts through the silence. On behalf of House Ocelia, we would like to express our immense satisfaction at this meeting, and our gratitude for the warm welcome. It pleases us to know we are still lords in the Corunus Expanse who observe etiquette and traditions of hospitality. And yet, this is not why we are here. Our grace is obliged to how much the Rogue trader has done for House Ocelia in protecting its beloved child. We waited for many turns to behold her radiant visage. The regent holds his unblinking gaze to Cassia. Come now, child, there is much we need to discuss. The Cassia steps forward, but then stops to look at you. As long as the Lady Navigator remains under my protection, I will speak on her behalf. Hey. The regent pensively scrapes his scant beard with webbed fingers. I suppose we can tolerate that. After all, it was you who rescued the child. If so, tell us, what exactly happened on Jurek 5? The renegades among your people seized control of the station and tried to kill the Lady Navigator. They didn't get away with it. Regent Aranto nods slowly. In that case, House Ocelio is deeply indebted to the rogue trader, and we are willing to reciprocate such a magnanimous gesture. We trust that the treaty of friendship and alliance, underpinned by the transfer of several artifacts of exceeding rarity, will suffice. Now come, child, it is time we departed for your new home, so that we may finish what we started. Cassia, I would be honored if you decided to stay. Unthinkable! Hey, she's staying with me. She's staying with me. Hey, what is this?
Just stand there. Help the rogue trader defend the child in the palace.
Huh?
You will pay for betraying Felek and our freedom, rogue trader. Now kill them all!
Huh?
I won't heed your cry.
Oh, are these the guys? Oh, I think these are the guys that, yeah, okay, yeah. I understand who this is. Cassia, you stay in the back. I need you alive. Yeralit, there's a warden that's already there. Do you have a line of sight on all of these people from where you are? I have her. I feel she has like a good line of sight, like here. I mean, this is gonna prevent her from aiming at any one of those, so I feel here would not be a bad idea. Then, Lysandra, you go. Actually, probably a better idea if I got her over there somehow. Or here as well, then she can just move Ivan over there, and then, yeah. And then Argenta, you stay over here, and then you can just very easily shoot at those people. And yeah, Pujan can't really move all that far, so we'll just keep him over there.
I must not falter.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
Oh, not Abby.
My faith.
Warp Curse Unleashed. Lee. I would really love to protect these guys.
Regret this. Break their morale.
Then they really want to kill all those guys, damn. Okay, well the next people, these bodyguards, okay,
That is foolishness.
can I move you over here and then you can give
Be
Yeralit
careful
an
not
extra
to cross
turn?
my gaze.
And then give her next, actually do this first.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Then give her an
I
extra
am a
turn, well
navigator,
extra turn,
not
a
a
turn in
servitor.
general. Okay, and then which guys are the next ones? This guy, and this guy. Okay. So this guy over there. Can that kill? No. I mean, if I turn this guy to prey.
Xenos pet.
I'm not your Xenos pet monkey.
Stop trying, monkey.
Monkey.
How much armor does he have? 35%. So if I do... I mean, I could analyze...
This tedium is beneath me.
And then a regular shot will hopefully do to kill. Huh, why can't you shoot? Nah, didn't kill. Ah, shit. That should
Isn't this a
kill.
job for the serfs?
Yeah, he will. That guy will die because of burning. I want at least that guy to survive.
Faced worse than this.
What do you mean you're not dead? I mean, not that you're burning.
Weather the storm.
Okay, I thought that would kill. Okay, Okay, Argenta. Slot up with additional zeal. Ah, okay, can't shoot at them from here. Oh wait, that's my flamer that I currently have equipped. Hold on, so before you do that, first confident approach. I mean, the next one is gonna do something as Lysandra, but I'm really concerned about this guy, about Lady Navigator Elenia. And the guy has a ranged weapon in hand, so no need to worry. And now, this might seem like a waste to some people, but it's perfectly legal in my eyes. Bleeding and burning. Penis brand. Characteristics are reduced by... Uses dogmatic rank, but number of penis brand stacks. But why is it -0? Uses dogmatic rank, but she has a dogmatic rank of 2. I don't understand. She has a dogmatic rank of 2.
Faith without
Was kind of hoping that would make that guy fall down. Bloody Ogorwolf, man. At least they're hitting their stuff.
follow my lead.
It doesn't deal a lot of damage, but it deals damage. Alright. First off, your existence pisses off Pujan. Also need line of sight to the target. Okay. So first off. First off. You pissed off Pujan. You don't just piss off Pujan. You don't piss off Pujan without getting away with it. What? What do you mean dodge? Pujan? Pujan. Hey. Just... How much HP is that? 1 HP, you're joking.
Suits my purposes.
I mean, I didn't do this one, okay. Yeah. To all creatures in a 3-cell radius.
Suits my purposes.
If only I was a bit more here, I would have used this. Okay, Eurolet, what best do we do here? I mean, you can kill that guy back. Does it really? Not like... Huh. I mean, I suppose the first thing we can do is just kill that guy here.
If I move in, no more.
And if I do it from here... Oh yeah, this is huge. This is huge.
Swift and silent.
As much as I dislike you moving from that position, you kinda have to.
I understand your intent.
I want this guy gone. I want I mean, this guy gone as well, but... Wait, wasn't it just, like, couldn't I hit several people? Okay, I can't.
I am not your another soul slips beyond the veil.
That guy is dead. I can shoot that guy now.
If it serves your cause.
Put some exploits on that guy, and then... Oh, that's not a kill.
No weakness is hidden from my sight.
The things make several attacks and will affect equal to the amount of prey in combat. I mean, that's that guy. Is this guy also? No, I killed the other prey. I think one explosion in each enemy in combat that makes a free range attack against the target. Yeah. Not a lot of other things I can do here. What I can do is ensure that this person here is dead. Okay, that's the worst thing taken care of.
At your beck and call.
Okay, so Pujan moving.
Forge ahead!
So this guy, so that if he dares to move, and then Argenta. Yeah, now the position where you're at is actually quite good. Then, I mean, I can throw an oil grenade at the guy. No, I can't. Ugh.
It will be done.
I mean, I can do like. Oh man, this is... I have no good options here. Yeah, this was a horrendous decision by me. It was a very bad decision.
Indeed.
Yeah, this was a very bad decision.
Victory is imminent.
I mean, I can do this, but no. Now, I need to protect Regent Oronto, so I mean, these guys can attempt to kill.
I'll make it happen.
If I put exploits onto this guy, I mean, there's technically more enemies here. Can I even... Okay, I cannot see the burb. So then let me entertain you.
It's as good as done.
Advanced tracking, blind these people.
I'll make it happen.
Okay, this should at least force these guys to walk into very unfavorable positions.
On it.
It doesn't kill, but... Or I do that. Nah, that doesn't deal enough damage.
Who, if not me?
Mind Bond and pray that, yeah, this is gonna work,
I'll
and
see
then
to it
extra
personally.
damage. I mean, who's next? This guy, this guy. He has the full wounds. That makes a free attack against the target. Can even use a ranged weapon in melee attack. I've never used this one, so... I mean, can I try this one? Oh, it's not in range. Blah. 17 plus 30% of its current wounds. Nah, that isn't going to kill that one. I mean, I can use it on this guy. Who's next in turn? Cassia. Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna pray that Oronto isn't gonna die.
Pain won't stop me.
How did you deal no... Huh? Why did he just die? Cassia, tactical advantage, momentum change from 11 to 200, lasting impression, what? Aftershock deals 67 damage, huh? What is Aftershock? Damage cools Aftershock. Okay, or something that Lysandra had just killed there. Good. Okay, this guy is gonna move, and then this guy is gonna have his turn. Okay, then in that case... have an extra turn, and...
This tedium is beneath me.
Ensure
I
this
will
guy
not.
is
I
dead.
am not your fortune favors the swift.
Very good. Okay, that guy's taken care of. Then
In the name of House
Argenta
Orselio,
have an
I
extra
shall prevail.
turn. Oh, I really don't want Abelard to die here. So this guy's next turn, and then this guy. Okay, in that case
The
then,
enemies of
I'm
the
sorry,
Emperor will
Mr.
be
Lord.
undone.
I'm sorry, Mr. Lord, but I have no other choice.
I'll do it.
I have no other choice, Mr. Lord.
It's a prayer.
Crack you under the keel for that.
Doubt is for the weak.
Yeah, come on, I can make one additional attack each turn, including one additional attack in the turn
Power
it was
resides
used.
in the will of the righteous. This is unacceptable.
Well, then move here. Most important thing is you block. I mean, can do this.
This is why I was chosen.
Heavy flamer Argenta.
I'll do it.
My emperor.
The guy flew away. The Pushan is just. Pushan is burning.
Hidden in the heart, turn all to decay.
Pujan just walking up to that person, just being like, yeah, fire doesn't vex me. Like, what are you on about? Oh, they had bolters. Oi, 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 bolters. Sadly, some... Okay, they just got revived. Okay, thank God. Bolter, chainsword, yeah, nothing special, but lots of flashbangs. So, what do you have to say in your defense? You're not taking Cassia away from me. Mercy! The Lady Navigator covers her face with her disfigured, scaly hands, each with an extra finger and conjoined phalangeal bones. Her clothes are covered in blood, mostly that of your servants, and several unexploded bolts are sticking out of her chest plate. Rogue Trader, whether on purpose or out of ignorance, you are harboring a monster that is cunningly pretending to be an innocent maid. Spare me, and I, Elia Hateria Orselio, will swear to tell you the whole truth about the madness that is devouring House Orselio like a malignant tumor. Do not let the region deceive you with honeyed lies, lest the cursed child that ruins your protectorate as well. You see rage and despair in the Lady Navigator's face, but neither is directed at you. Your fate will be decided during the trial, Lady Elena. I will hear what you wish to tell me. Thank you for your lenience, Rogue Trader. I mean, I'm still going to, like, I'm not going to, like, lean in a single thing, because Cassia is mine. Lady Navigator Elena Heteriocelio is charged with the attempted murder of an overture heir Cassia Orselio, the attempted murder of the Rogue Trader, and the attack on the palace. Let the trial commence. The naturally bulbous eyes of the Navigator constantly shift between you and Cassia. Black secretions run down her cheeks instead of tears, leaving unsightly streaks. I, Elena Heteria of House Orselio, swear to tell the Rogue Trader nothing but the truth. May the God Emperor be my witness. You could tell me that Cassia is the equivalent of the mage dude from Baldur's Gate 3, that she's gonna blow everything up and I'm not going to listen to you. Nothing you say is going to sway my mind. I'm too much into the Cassia pussy for that. Pathetic. Silence! With all due respect, House Orselio has hardly covered itself in glory thus far. It is time its representatives answered before the Rogue Trader. Regent Aranto, representatives of your house, made an attempt on Lady Cassia's life and attacked the Rogue Trader. Rogue Trader, House Orselio humbly asks for your lenience and forgiveness. We could not even imagine these vile rats could be scurrying among our ranks. As for them sneaking into Rogue Trader's palace and staging an unthinkable crime, God Emperor be our witness, the accursed renegades seek to spark a feud between our houses. Be that as it may, you respond. Okay, come now, Regent. You proved. How do I know your words are not just another trap? We are ready to tell you everything we know, so that this misunderstanding can be remedied as quickly as possible. Tell me more about the renegades. They are madmen who seek to destroy the centuries-old traditions of our great house, so carefully nurtured by the previous Novator Tessaphon Orselio. They deem the century of our rule a tyranny, and our most sacred relic a curse that must be destroyed. Fools! If the Atlas were to be destroyed, the whole house of Orselio would follow it into oblivion. Why did the renegades seek to destroy the house's relic?
They dread its power, for only a Novita can fully grasp the mysteries and harness the power of the Starway Atlas. What the renegades call a leash, we call a guiding star.
Why are your people trying to kill my waifu?
Everyone in the house knows that child is the keeper of the one true Starway Atlas, which one belonged to our great Novita Tisiphone Urselia. The ungrateful wretches secretly hated her grace, and when Tisiphone abdicated her responsibilities and set off for parts unknown, they staged a revolt to destroy her successor.
Does Cassia really carry Tisiphone's atlas?
We believe it with all our heart. The Novita spent many cycles on the world where the child was born. It is said that everyone who witnessed the miracle of her birth simultaneously departed for a destination known only to the Novita. Tisiphone gave the order and followed them soon after, leaving her precious gift, the atlas, to Cassia and therefore marking her as successor.
It looks like Urselia has fallen on hard times. The regent stays silent and replies,
To call your statement false would be a lie. For many years we managed to maintain a fragile balance within our house, but then the Novita's departure shook the faith of many.
Who's Novita again? A patriarch or matriarch that rules over Navigator House, the figurative and biological father and mother of the dynasty.
The treasury is empty, the navigators are scattered, the war broods are scrambled, and many of our allies cannot be reached, which is why it is so important to complete the child's education. It is Cassia's duty to take Tisiphone's place and lead the house to prosperity. Such is her great destiny.
What do you know about Cassia's unbridled power?
A special gift for a special child. She was born with it and grew up under its influence. The instability sometimes hampered her education, but we learned to prevent most outbursts. As long as the child remains calm and remains in seclusion, the powers cannot take hold of her mind.
I think I heard enough. The regent acknowledges your words with a nod and waits for you to continue. I would like to speak to the regent again. I've heard enough. I want to speak with them again. I've heard enough. Lady Elena, what do you have to say in your defense?
I do not know what it is you wish to learn, but I will start from the very beginning. A long time ago, Tisiphone ascended to the throne of Urselio. She was a daring Novita who brought part of the house to the Expanse, hoping to strengthen our position in the Imperium. The house prospered, but Tisiphone was never satisfied. She went mad in her pursuit of power, seeking more influence, more control, and she saw enemies everywhere, even among her royal followers. Paranoia was slowly driving Tisiphone insane, and one day she created the Starway Atlas, a relic that is implanted in our bodies at birth, a noose around our necks, our gift and our damnation. Tisiphone used the Atlas to control us, subdue our will, and mold our thoughts. If anyone put a toe out of line, she killed them with a glance. At first, many branches of House Urselia tried to resist her tyranny, and Tisiphone cut them down with extreme brutality. For example, the entire Set Hala branch was destroyed simply because its leaders asked too many questions about the Atlas and wanted to know the truth about its creation. What else is Tisiphone Urselia guilty of? Who is sending me an email? Ooh, oh, Tobias Fate is streaming. Oh. Tisiphone's Magnus weakened the dynasty, and not long ago the Novita vanished. Indeed, her loyal followers lie when they say she chose to retire. The truth is that nobody knows the truth. I hope she's rotting away in one of her secret worlds. Elena finishes with a sneer. I understand Tisiphone's transgression, but what does any of that have to do with Lady Cassia? Tisiphone passed her atlas onto her successor before fleeing the house. To a newborn child. We couldn't surrender the throne to the tyrant's creature. Tisiphone was cunning and treacherous. She must have hatched the entire plan beforehand. Her disappearance, the child, the transfer of the leash. We feared that one day she would be reborn in Cassius's body. We could just not let that happen.
You called Cassia a monster because of Tisiphone's atlas?
Largely, yes, but there is more. Have you never felt pure, unadulterated disgust while standing close to her?
I've heard enough. Okay, answer my question, but why didn't you attack before? Why now?
This one always had plenty of opponents, but we were afraid to trust one another. Any of us could be spying for her followers. We saved our strength and dealt the first blow 5 years after the heir was born, striking at one of the estates in Ir-T-Vi. But the girl survived, and Regent Aranto hid her so far away and guarded so thoroughly it took us another 13 years to find her. And then another two got into the regent's good graces to reach Irnak 5. Now Cassia is in the spotlight and the House Council is about to put her on the throne. Surely there's no better time to cut off the serpent's head.
So you admit Regent Aranto was not aware of the assassination attempt. Elena clicks her tongue loudly. Regent Aranto is guilty of mass killings, intimidation, inhuman torture, and abetting Tisiphone, and raising her heir. His crimes are many, but this one is not among them. I'd love to see his head on a chopping block, but honor prohibits me from slandering him in a trial before the rogue trader. You called Cassia a monster? This is enough for me to, like, not even listen to you anymore. You're happy I'm gracious and curious enough about the other dialogue options, but you calling my baby girl Cassia, my beloved Cassia, beloved of Mariusz Bujanowski, the next in line for marriage that she doesn't know of yet, that I'm dating currently, a monster? Do you not see my monster fucker permit I'm wearing on my sleeve proudly? Pujan fucked a succubus in his previous adventures. You think a psychic baby girl navigator like her is gonna stop Pujan? No. Pujan absolutely needs baby girl Cassia. You're not going to take away my Cassia. You're gonna die simply because for calling her a goddamn monster. Like Cassia, you are an injured party in this. What would you do in my place? I think I'm ill-prepared to make judgments of this kind. Cassia lowers her eyelashes and continues in a barely perceptible whisper. I'm sure the rogue trader knows what I do better than I. I'm not interested in your pathetic excuse. Wardens get the house of silly litigation out of Okay, I'm ready to deliver my judgment. Cassia watches you closely, holding her hands in a gesture of prayer. I find Lady Hateria guilty of the attempted murder of Lady Cassia and attack on the rogue trader. Yeah, fuck off. You called Cassia a monster. Fuck you. You call this a fair trial. Ridiculous. Everyone here is rotten to the core. Are you heretics and madmen? Curse you. Curse you. Oh, what is the worst thing I could do here? Oh, this was never meant to be a trial. A fair trial. The second you said that Cassia is a monster, you lost all your living privileges. But now, because you call me a heretic and rotten to the court, which is true, but you say that to my face? Oh, I will find the worst fucking punishment for you. Death? Death? Oh no, that's too little. That's too little. I sentence Lady Alina to 2,000-year imprisonment in the dungeon of the Von Valancias. Then his Lady Alina will be first navigated, retransformed into a servant. Oh, that. Mark the Lady Alina will be publicly executed. Oh no. This is too nice. A serval skull. Oh, ooh. But I don't want to do this to baby girl Cassia. Hold on. I don't want to fuck up my romance. Lady Cassia romance. Hold on. So I have this, Okay, there is nothing for me here just yet. Okay, there's nothing for me here just yet. Okay, so I can pick whatever I want. And Cassia, I was going to do your duty as the custodian of the Atlas of House Arcelio. No, you will make a remarkable serval skull. Unthinkable. It would have been a disgrace for House Arcelio. We urge the Roxana to reconsider the sentence. How is this not a grave insult to the Navis Nobilite? She called me a monster. Fine, I'll change the sentence. Alina watches her with hatred, unable to change her fate in any way. Oh, but this would be a... Lady Cassia, I ask you to do your duty as the custodian of the Atlas of House Arcelio. No, I would never. Forgive me, rogue trader, but I refuse. I'm a navigator, not an executioner. Aww. How bad was it? Oh, okay, there was no chance. Well, you have. A sentence Lady Alina to 2,000 years imprisonment in the dungeon of the Von Valancias dynasty. Lady Alina bursts into hysterical laughter that is now utterly bereft of reason. Yes, you will suffer in the dungeon. And I will make personally sure you will have the worst time in your life. I will install a projector into the dungeon cell of hers. A server skull or anything with the best of audio, best of video. Just to see how Lady Cassia and me are getting along nicely and is doing the best. Like how she's living the best of her life. You will suffer as much as I can simply because you called my baby girl a monster. And now you made 2 monsters because I enjoy watching you squirm and suffer. Rook Trader, allow me to ask what fate awaits the esteemed regent and the other members of my house. Oh. You know how I could make Alina even more mad? I hereby dismiss all charges against Regent Aronto. It pleases us to know that the enemy's schemes failed to harm relations between our dynasties. But tell us, what future awaits House Orselio and Von Valencia's protectorate? I wish to help Orselio solve the current problem. With a change of culture and technology, I would like to discuss navigate the future now. Let us sign a treaty of friendship and alliance between our dynasties. Yes. With great pleasure. Our emissary will contact yours and deliver scrolls for your signature and seal. May the Emperor bless this new alliance. I wish to help Assyria with the current problems. The regent's sagging skin quivers when he sighed. It would be highly disrespectful for us to refuse the aid of a rogue trader. We, Aronto Orselio, do hereby accept your offer. If you allow, we shall discuss the details later. What about an exchange of culture and technology? Theodora from Valencia was a very open-minded woman, but sagacious Tisiphone did not support many of her endeavors, and neither should we. We are afraid House Orselio will have to refuse the rogue trader's offer. Well, you just said it would be rude to do that, but okay. I'd like to discuss the Lady Navigator's future for now. As you said earlier, the child must return to the fold of her house. There are traitors in our midst. Would 11 Navigator not be safe under my protection? Yeah.
Ooh, by one, an entirety of 1.
There is a pregnant pause. Pregnant? The regent stares at you as if trying to peer through the skin, muscle, and bone and see the darkest corners of your heart. You are not wrong, rogue trader. If you are willing to take care of the child, we will deal with our problem. So be it. Though House Orselio may have suffered the pain of a schism, only we can protect the child from our brethren and lead her along the path of enlightenment to the Novitas' throne. Baby girl, Cassia, baby girl, is everything okay? Is everything okay? Oh, they're gorgeous. Oh, lady, baby girl. Baby girl, is everything okay? Is everything okay, baby girl? Oh, Cassia, baby girl. Hey, baby girl. The compliments to your taste in art. The collection here is extensive and most interesting. Oh, baby girl. Oh, baby girl. Oy. I hope everything is okay, baby girl. Oy. Tell me about the noble house of Dargon. Everything about... Oh, okay, no, never mind. Okay, nothing else. Yes. End dialogue. Why do I only have 81 HP? Toughness of 85. Oy. What other bonuses do I have on Pujan, actually? Reputation. Yeah, sure. Biography. Okay, yeah, bro. How close am I to this? Ooh, almost at Fanatic. A bit dogmatic as well, but we're not going to be reaching this Heretic. Nah, Iconoclast. Yay. Archetypes. Yep, Exemplar. Features. Talent augmentation. Yeah, sure. Daring Breach upgrade 4. This turn melee takes an additional 3 damage based off of Strength bonus half. Which is in this case 7, yeah. Until the end of combat, a war against 4 MP for each kill may use their MP after attacking or using abilities. Ooh. Indomitable Tactician gains 5% dodge and parry against Xenos attacks. Oh, he has 5 deflection. Oh yeah, that's a lot of things. Voltari. Believe in the value of human life and freedom, faith in the power of goodwill, capable of overcoming the horrors and dangers of the universe, or the need for additional prohibitions. The dare to seek out common ground and compromise rather than uncompromising destruction. Oop. Apex of Brilliance. You restore the broken Imperial Guard regiment to its former martial glory. Yup. Galvanic Carapace. Yup. Anything else I can put on Pujan? Oh, not here. Okay. Okay. We saved Baby Girl. We made sure Baby Girl is doing A-okay. That's the most important part. Baby Girl is okay. Baby Girl, most important. We need to protect the Baby Girl. Calling Cassia a monster. I don't care if she's a monster. I'm wearing a monster fucker permit. I think I already know what the thumbnail of this is going to be. I do still need to upload the next few VODs. I have them prepared. I just need to upload them. But God may be my witness. I want to bone Cassia and give her the best life she can have. Nothing but the best to my baby girl. You calling her a monster? You want to die? Do you wish to die? Do you have a death sentence? Oh yeah, she did. I don't care what, if they say there's a conspiracy going on. You don't touch my baby girl Cassia. Like, I would have maybe listened to you if you didn't call her a monster. But you did call her a monster, and well, the punishment for calling baby girl a monster is simply death. I mean, you asked for it. What else do I have here? Oh yeah, the 98% one. 8 shots dealing 10 damage, so it deals 80 damage. Instead of the oh yeah, I don't like the lances. I don't like the lances. But I have a lot of, like, long range, short range. I love a lot. But she generated inside flagship increased by 20%. I mean, now I might actually consider that instead of the bombers. But I like the bombers. No, I like, but I have so much short range stuff. Nah, I'm good. What is Zarkov doing? Okay, this has just started. Okay. I mean, all of these planets looking good. Kiava Gamma is doing as best as it can. I could get this. Titan production quota to main legacy represent a corpse dodge. No, I can't do that more. Those are things I can't do morally. I was wondering when I was gonna get another hydration. Thank you. Oh. Thank you very much, Titanium Sword. Maybe I should give you a role, like a useless role on the server, that my Discord server. That's just going to be what's it called? Like hydration checker or something. I feel I'm a bit unusual in the regard when it comes to like how I do my streams and everything, and the roles and everything. Is you don't really gain much from brain, from like subscribing to me or something, because I personally very much prefer that like, you know, there's nothing super special or fancy or something, right? I don't really like this one actually. Just aren't these just the same? But this one has fellowship reduced by 10%. Yeah, just put this one into cargo. Oh, I can't give you guys anything right now anyways. Just doing my job. And you're doing a good job. Good job. Congratulatories. No, thank you. I do actually tend to often forget to Wrath of the Vile Rabble. Yeah, but it's a one-handed axe, and I want two-handed axes, so alas, I can't say I'm interested. Add to cargo. Add to cargo. Add to cargo. Definitely add to cargo. Add to cargo. Add to cargo. Yeah, some more flamers here. Add to cargo. Some las guns. Add to cargo. Focus melta gun, which I would love to use, but single shot attacks with this pistol always score critical hits. Has a range of 7 though. Oh, that. Hold on. How much does the heavy bolter I use have? A range of 12. Yeah, no. Okay, never mind. I just prefer the heavy bolter. It's cooler, you know? Like, it's a goddamn heavy bolter. Like, I don't think I really need to say more about it. It's a heavy bolter. Roaring Thunder, nah. Condensed Carapace. There is critical hit chance and melee combat is increased by 8. Though, I mean, Thunder Slam is very good, but the Thunder Hammer deals 3 damage and grants 10% stack and chance to stun an enemy for 1 turn for each point enemy's deflection. It does deal way more damage, though. I mean, Pujan... Actually, the AoE thing with Pujan, while it's nice and all, I think I'm actually gonna go for Roaring Thunder. Yeah. Only 4,000? Clear selection. So you guys, I mean, I have lots of provisions here, uniform kits, some armor kit. Yeah, holy gifts, some more armor kit here. More holy gifts, some jewelry. Traitors at first is level 12. I do want level 13. Oh, I'm very close to that, actually, if I just give them... Yeah, 400 more melee weapons, 100. I have more holy gifts, plasma weapons, provisions, or more armor kit. Level 13, very good. Oh, I need level 14 for that, okay. Increase the critical damage where it hurts by 8. Mortar Suspenders, Inferno, Pistol Shot, nah. Okay, I need this to be level 14. For that, I need 700 more. Can I get that? I can exactly 700 more. No! No way! Okay, how can I like, give them more? I have Detachment from Death. Allies of the staff really have their dodge increased by 2. Technically good for Lysandra. Why am I not giving this to Lysandra, actually? Hey, baby girl, why am I not giving you this one? There's a Vision of Death ability also available in a Heroic and Desperate Measure. Okay. Power levels affects the damage of this power. Enemies suffer -10 penalty or resistance against psychic powers or telepathy discipline used by the wielder. But 9% more dodge for everyone is also huge. At the same time, I do think I'm still gonna keep this one because -10 penalty to resistance test against blindness and everything. I feel that it's gonna do more. So, yeah, no, I'm getting rid of this one. What does it count as? Melee weapon. I mean, technically is, yeah. I don't like this one. I don't use these. Is this enough? Yep, that was enough. Roaring Carapace. Pujan, you get new hammer. Look at this new, stronger hammer you have. Oh, it doesn't look any different. Well, I lose the AoE. Yes, but every auto attack, any single attack does, like, shocking damage anyways because of the augment that I have on Pujan, so this is actually not half bad. Yeah, okay, I got this thing here, Blade Dance. I mean, that's good on her. There you go. Where it hurts, it won't by Death Cult Assassin. No. There is area attack. Yeah, sure. Yeah, here's a cape. Maybe you like it, maybe you don't. What else can I give you? 3 lore warp. Yeah, no. This one I feel you, because you do a lot of that. She has a lot of Medicaid. 10 agility and perception. Yes. Cassia, baby girl. Is everything okay, baby girl? 10 strength. Why should you need the strength? Affects the damage of character with melee weapons and allows them to lift heavy objects. For each point of strength, get this 5% more damage of one-handed melee weapons with 200 auto attack. Why do I have the 10 strength on her? What does she need that for? This? Nah. Bonus on hunt down the prey. Rid of non-attack psychic powers. She doesn't have any. Where it hurts, she doesn't have that. Recall of all automatic weapons, she doesn't have any. Use of the various melee attacks made against enemies and effects expose weakness. She doesn't have that. Okay, no, never mind. I know why she doesn't have anything. Because, well, there is nothing. Lore Imperium. Yeah, plus 15 on that, yeah. Don't spend Imperium to plus 10 characteristics. I mean, 10 more perception, fellowship, and willpower. Yeah, I don't see anything I can really change here. What does this one do again? 5 fellowship and 10 commerce. Have dogmatic adherent or the lower imperial. 5 fellowship and 10 commerce. Dogmatic adherent. Is she that? She is dogmatic adherent, yeah. So this then gives her 5 fellowship, 10 commerce. The low Imperium will depend on fellowship instead of intelligence. Oh. And they gain 10 more of that. Okay. Yeah, okay, yeah, that gives a fuck ton. Oh, oi, oi, oi. Increase the warrior's movement points by 3, which is ironic because with this one she should ideally not be moving. So do I have any better boots that I can give her? Where are the boots? Where are the boots? Do I not have any boots? There I have boots. Yeah, no, then the movement is better. Yeah. Range of officer archetype cells by 1. Nah, this one. Instead with any adjacent familiar. Nah. What is this? Mantle of heroism. Nah. If the warrior's wounds are reduced to 0, they do not fall unconscious. Nah. Bonus to persuasion. Nah. Whenever the wearer is affected by the allies building. Nah. I mean, I have this one here, and I do use a few of them. I think I had a few where it wasn't really all that good, so... I know, Iconoclast follower, yeah. Incoming damage is reduced by veil degradation. Honestly, I think this is better, because, I mean... I don't have a lot of veil degradation all the time anyways. The range attack decreases the target's dodge by 5%, yeah. I mean, on her it would be good. Protection against warp damage. Yeah, sure, here you go. This is for you. You already have something. You exist. Yeah, use that one. Yeah, Grenadiers is cloak. Do you want a cloak? Oh, you can't wear cloaks. I mean, this isn't... Wait, why am I not giving you a good plasma weapon? Oh, I could give you a Melta gun. Ooh, do you want a Melta gun? A really strong Melta gun? Or I give you this. It's taken as warp damage. Ooh. Alpha's Arcraft. Enemy Sibus Alpha's are 10% more damage when revealed at the end of combat. Does not stack. When the wielder hits a target with an Arcraft, shows it decrease. Nah, I like arc weapons. Not arc weapons. I like these. I like these. I like these. I like Melta weapon. Melta weapon, cool. Toughness is increased by 8. Maybe, actually. Another wearer hits an enemy with a melee attack. Shouldn't happen too often. +1 knowledge about lore warp. +15 persuasion. Is he persuasive? Kind of. Whenever allies into surveys gain momentum. Sure, yeah. Whenever the wearer doesn't target with him. Whenever the wearer successfully hits an enemy with a single shot attack, the target suffers slowed. I think if get hit by the... Wait, Unholy Shard? Wait, are you a heretic, Ilgun? Ilgun is a bit heretical, but also iconoclast. Oi, Ilgun. I didn't know you were like this. Ew. 15 bonus to Medicaid. Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah. And I said by an arc rifle, a mag ray blast, and transonic wave. An arc rifle. So you need to give him an arc rifle, ideally. Yeah, sure. Yeah, you get an arc rifle. 10 additional damage for single attacks against human enemies. And both. Yeah, sure. Know more about how to kill people. Sure. Why not? 10 plus bonus to logic. Oh, yeah, he is extremely logical. Yeah, but no. This enemy reduces all toxic damage suffered by its wearer by 50%. If the wearer has heretical votary, it also heals 1 wounds each time they suffer toxic damage. Oh, by heretical rank. Ew, no. Is this an automatic weapon? It doesn't look very automatic to me. Melee attacks against enemies and effect of exposed weakness. Okay, none of these I can really use. Magna reference anyway. No, I need to give you this. Yeah, Magna Rail and whatever. Recall of all automatic weapons. If you don't have any. Yeah, sure, here's melee. What was this one? Hunt down the prey. If the wearer has already gained a bonus from Hunt Down the Prey, Hunt down the prey is that, yeah. You know what? Sure, take this one then. It's melee weapons. Hunt down the prey though, let me reread that. So if the wearers gain the bonus from Hunt down the prey, whenever they kill a target marked as prey, they gain a stacking bonus from visibility once again. The bonus duplicates the highest tier bonus from Hunt down the prey the wearer has already gained. Whenever the wearer scores a critical hit with a range check, the next thing has any target automatically hits and cannot be parried or dodged. I mean, she has, they gain a stacking bonus from visibility once again, so she gains way more. And that bonus duplicates the highest tier bonus. But it doubles down on the prey thing. How does that work again? Hunt down the prey. So 1 to 2, 25 bone of the bounty and this is maximum wounds as temporary wounds. After that, critical damage and critical hit chance until the end of combat. Yeah, no, I think that one is a bit better than Hunt down the prey. Yeah, not you. Her. Critical hit then. Would this be good on Pujan? 10 weapons? Ah, but he loses strength. No, I can't do that. Scores a critical hit. No. I mean her maybe, but the ballistic skill and critical damage. I can't get rid of that. Never lands a critical. How high is your crit chance? Radiant gloves. Nah. Well, could you make use of that? Oh no, then he wouldn't have grenades anymore. Okay. Dreadmonger grenade. Actually, instead of the Dreadmonger grenade, let's use mental damage. Gas cloud. Let's do Iron Eye grenade. Yeah. Wait, no, what did I do? Oh no, I got rid of the Fearmonger one. Tears of Repentance. Yep. Lots of debuffs. Fun debuffs. +1 deflection, 6% parry, the incoming energy fire reduced by 35. I mean, how much is the parry on that? 25%. Don't I have a few other shields? 6 parry. Okay, no, the heavy shield only gives 5% more parry chance, but the parry is melee. This one just gives 10%. Nah, just keep this one then. He also has this though. Ooh, he loses a lot of toughness. Oy, oy, oy. I mean, yeah, you already have something, I guess. Yeah, you also have something, I guess. Oh, you have no helmet? What do you mean you have no helmet? The wearer successful single attack inflicts stun on the target. Finish the job ability. Finish the job? Pujan has that up? Nah, okay, no. 3 lore warp. Once per comfortable doesn't use any abilities to can end an X1 AP. Nah, I barely use that. If the wearer hits an enemy with a melee attack. Oh wait, don't I actually didn't I actually make him very like melee oriented? Yeah, I remember now. Yeah, I wanted to make him melee oriented. But I should probably give him something else. As like a melee weapon. Heavy plasma gun. Nah, what would be more fun? I mean, yeah, this actually. I mean, he has bolter proficiency and it's a single shot. I mean, he has 80 weapon skill. Jesus Christ. Jesus effing Christ, man. Yeah, the Omniscient axe is just... Yeah. I really, really wish I could give the Omniscient axe to Pujan. But alas, I can't. I cannot because it would be too easy. Why don't I put these into cargo? I have way too many of those. Jesus. Okay, what can I give you? 15% armor against warp damage. No. Against the wearer, +5 bonus to persuasion. Damage to damage in this round. Well, I mean, I got no other boots, so any boots are better than no boots. The damage of plasma weapons by 3. I mean, this isn't a plasma weapon. Do I have any plasma weapons? Oh, I have this one. Yeah, well, in that case, then, yeah. It's just 3 more damage. I'm not really gonna use it for that. But then this one just... Plasma explosion. There's a warp damage. Nah, I think I'm just gonna let him keep it. Or I find some better gloves. Recall of automatic weapons. Where it hurts, he doesn't have that. Cause a critical hit with a ranged attack. Ah, ranged attack, okay. I mean, he has plenty of... What, additional hit chance? 10%. Inferno pistol. Oh, he's Melta. He's Melta. I like Melta. Just give him this. He doesn't need the... I mean, it looks cooler. You know, he has these. He's very cool. Okay, with a ranged attack. Yeah, no. Automatic. Does this count as an automatic weapon? It has a rate of fire, so I would argue that counts as that. Then the recoil of it right now is 20, so if I give him this, he should have a recoil of 10. Okay, that's actually very good. Then bonus to logic. Okay, do I have anything else? Weapon skill also grants equipped melee weapon 5% armor pen 2 damage. Inferno pistol shot. It's like a Melta attack, I would assume. 2 stimulants. After using run and gun, nope. 9 damage against, but Medicaid, nope. Miracles attack with a melee attack. What does the mental damage scale with? Willpower. Oh no, only a 3. Huh? What? No. Anyway, successfully hits a single shot attack. Oh, shot. Intelligence. Oh, no, that's not the case. No. Toughness increased by 6. Mid-aware hits enemy with a melee attack. I mean, yeah. So either I give him 6 more toughness, which does nothing, or I just do this. What does the HP here scale with? Willpower bonus and fellowship bonus, which he has fairly low of, so no. A lot of these that I have aren't ideal for him. The toughness is only at 46. Yeah, physical effects. Yeah, sure. Okay, it's not ideal, but it does the job. Holy Vestment. Oh, that's medium armor, and it gives him more armor and tech use, which... do we have any better armor for you, perchance? Dodge against melee attacks. Attacking abilities cost 1 AP more, but nah. Starts with no enemies in the face areas and get 4 MP and no attacks of opportunity this time, but otherwise 10% more armor. 10% armor against human enemies and 10% dodge. Yeah. Sure, this is better armor for you, man. Like, your Holy Vestment is not bad, but... what does it even scale with? Logic and Ferrum Sanctum stack. Nah, you can do without that. You can do without that. Gives warp damage by half. 5% chance of reducing warp damage off each point of deflection, so it would just be 5%. 10 more to logic. Inferno shot. Non-psychic house was 1. The bear is not attack psychic power. Okay, it has to be psychic out. Yeah, sure, have more logic then. Sure. 50% armor against warp damage. Plus 5 bonus to persuasion. We have to wear is affected by an ally's ability to gain 3% dodge until the end of combat. Can shroud that effect. 50%. What did these do again? It's an area with an area attack to wear against 1 stack of Zealot. I mean, given his attack of opportunity is always the AoE attack, yeah, sure. But now I need to give him a helmet. And his ranged attack 6% damage? Nah. I'm the workers dog with an exploit using a single deadeye shot. But that's shot. No. 10 points of tactical advantage. No, but you don't. Single attack. Yeah, sure. This one. Yeah. And then as a last thing, can he even? Of course he cannot. I don't know. This one. Yeah. I think Argenta. Yeah, Argenta didn't have medkit stuff here. This is just a single-use one. I take it. Oil grenade. Oil. Okay. Anyone else we haven't fully equipped yet? Oh yeah, the skull. The skull of his. By fellowship and intelligence, when any signal is active, service goes almost infection. Enemies must pass a willpower or become perplexed. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Servo Skull Swarm. Eargun. Oh, you can actually heal. Okay, then in that case, get all of this. Oh yeah, you. I have no boots. I quite literally have no boots. I have no boots for you. I have no boots. Whenever the wearer's ally dies in combat, they wear immediately against 5 weapon skill and ballistics until the end of combat. 10 toughness. No. Plus 20 bonuses to lore warp. You barely know anything, but you're also level 11, so I shouldn't be surprised. But yeah. I do have things to do. So I will have to finish here for now. Yeah, I have a few things to do. I can also barbecue now, so, you know, I love barbecuing, so I'm not gonna pass up an opportunity to be barbecuing.